We're here. We're on. Here to heckle and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. It's a good start. Welcome to the Can't Sleep Must PaintCast, first edition. Watch everything go horribly wrong. This camera is a lot slower. Ah, that face. Yeah, well, I'd say the same if I could see you. This camera's a lot slower than this camera, but that's okay, because this is where the work's going to be. We are doing good. We're doing good. How are we? I can call you Chris because your name's at the beginning of it, right? How are we doing, Chris? Long time no see. Right, I'm going to start getting set up. Get the wet palette out and everything. Let's call the people here. Good, good. Family all good? I need to put that somewhere safe. These. Looks around everything, yeah. Getting on with it is the phrase I use. Oh, I'm going to have to move that boom arm. Yeah, I'm not so bad. This is an exercise in let's talk to people and be social. Right, we are attempting to make this, which we started a couple of days ago, look like this. It's a commission for somebody who'll probably be along at some point, who wanted a version of my Corran horn. Oh, there's a sloth. Wonderful. So I'll tell you what, we'll leave that there as inspiration, and the bottom can get wet. That's not going to work. I haven't got much of a camera range here. I think I'll have to leave it there. Evening Leet. I don't know how do I pronounce that. Leet 2. Have you got that? Can you hear the ambience, by the way? It might be very mild. I've just got some, lovely raindrops, and might be some noises. I'm playing Pirates. Great. What? Pirates? Is it Sea of Thieves? I've got that. I keep meaning to get on it with people. Right, yes, so we have already done... Do you have an aquarium running? Sounds like static on the phone. Okay, if it just... Sea of Thieves, good. If it just sounds like static, I'll be turning it off. Let me know if anybody with real ears thinks it's static. You know what we need? We need a little bit more room here. Let's bring this up to here. Yeah, why is that so low down? And is that still in focus? No. Now we'll use the one set of camera controls that don't stay on screen all the time. So if I put my elbows about there, bring you that way a little there. That's kind of where I paint. That's still good. It's just bleached out because it's white, I think. Yeah, we're good. Oh no, I've dropped it. However will I fix it? Doesn't sound like ambient noise. More like a fan is running. It's meant to sound like rain and animal noises. Let's just turn that off. Is that better? You can just hear me. Hello, Skink. I'm painting your ship. I'll admit, since we did that little test stream, I haven't touched it again because I didn't know if I'd have anything X-Wing to paint, and I thought that'd be a good thing to launch it with. Oh, cheese dog. It sounds like a fan guy. Yeah, totally. Evening stream, Dad. How are we doing? I'm just gonna get into the chat myself a little bit. I set up a couple of cloud bots. If we type !stream, Dad, we get. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? Oh, brilliant. It was meant to link to Blue Bush's account. Let's try it to see if we've got any of the other ones have worked. What did I put? No, Stream Dad and Poop. There's no Poop. If there is a Poop one, Links was meant to bring up my link tree. That's not working. Okay. Well, we've got links at the bottom there. I have to do this because there's like one boom here, sponsored by Blue Bush, with my camera on it, and one boom with my light, which is kind of in the way. And then this camera, also sponsored by Blue Bush, is on a Pringles pop. So when I have to look at the chat, I have to kind of look through these weird boom marks. My daughter thinks it's hilarious when it's all set up. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking back at like I'm peeing. Rob's on a Series X. Well done. Ambient noise, Stream Dad. Yeah, Pringles not supplied by Bluebush. No, I don't think I would get any past you. So yeah, normally we should have. Annoyingly, I can spoil it now. We should have exclamation mark Stream Dad brings up a link to Bluebush's account. Exclamation mark links would bring up my link tree with so many links. I've now got Facebook, Instagram, a Discord server. So if anybody wants that, I'll chuck that at you at some point. What else do we have? The TeePublic site, a Patreon, which feels ridiculous, but why not, right? I just can't. Just everything. Just if you type in "can't sleep, must paint" on anything but Twitch, because annoyingly, I never intended to stream. Hello, Doodods. I know that name. Yeah, I never intended to stream, so I just created Jurassic Ark as something to watch with. And then, like, people started following me. Not many, obviously. And then I was like, really should have put it under Can't Sleep, Must Paint. Really should have kept the brand going. But, never mind. I can change it on April the 9th. So I'll do that there. Right, let's find some green paint. See, I painted this just before the first lockdown, so I don't remember what paints I used. So we're going to try and do a little bit of a palette match. Well, I don't think it's any of these. This is the one I used on... I'm trying to get the darker green first. Or am I? Wait. I messed up my own model. He's lighter on the inside. Do you know what, Skink? I'm going to do your one right. Because what I now do is tend to put more highlighting in the centre and leave the edges dark, like a reverse highlight. It goes and sits on Can't Sleep, Must Paint You. I will be forced to buy it from you. I thought Canadians were nice. Yeah, I'm going to do it right. So that the brighter colour is in the middle, which is what I should have done. Which means... No, wait, I've confused myself. Hold on, how do I... See, this one I've done the white already, right? I don't know if you can see the tones. For 1 million pesos. Okay, whatever I'm going to paint, it's going to look right. This is a flappy wing as well. I've never actually painted a flappy wing. I've got to paint a ship soon. I've never painted as well, but that's fun. Now, yeah, it doesn't focus on the white, so it's undercoated in what's the colour? USAF light grey. This is my rebel colour. It's got some brown on it. This is my rebel colour. It's just an off-white, and then you highlight it with perfect white, which is what both of these have on their white. So no, the darker around the edge, light in the middle. Yeah, it's just that I've done it wrong on this one. So Skink, we're going to do yours right. We're going to do it the right way round. Brilliant. I'll tell you what might make a difference with the ambient noise is if I'm just using an in this camera's microphone because my mouth is almost on it. You're so close to my mouth. That I could probably pick up the sound better if I was using a dedicated microphone. Yeah, ambient's off now. If you do hear... Oh, okay. The sound of a fan running might be my coal-powered PC overheating. I think it's got enough coal in it. Right, let's try. Are you... Oh, see here. That was about to be a mistake. Welcome. ASAM, yes, talk to me. Welcome. I'm not doing... Look, I might need a bit of cash. I'm not doing that. Gas-powered is the way to go, yeah. Wine handle. This... I was about to, like, squirt that, wasn't I? Welcome to the Can't Sleep Must Paint cast, where paint will go flying all the time. It's not even Nuln Oil. I'm a little disappointed. Let's see if we can separate that. PC hamster jacked. No, my hamster wouldn't do work. She wouldn't cooperate. And the dragon's in brumation, which is like half-assed hibernation. So she's not doing anything. If it was a little warmer, I could probably just paint over her back. She'd sit still. Right, do you match? No, it's completely the wrong colour anyway. All that time. I've got all my greens out here. Because I explained this to some people before. All of my paints go between my legs. Like this is a fold-out table. And the middle has storage. All my paints go in here. But I can't get them out when my chair is here. So all my paints are in boxes to the side of me here. Organised boxes, but boxes nonetheless. I fixed Rexy last night for anybody that saw it on the Instagram. her arms had come loose and wouldn't attach. What is the word like hibernation? I think my projects are in it. Brumation. You're asleep for a while. They're not even really asleep. If I showed you George, she's just going. I sometimes have to poke her to make sure she's not dead. Right, greens. Vulcan green. So I've been doing lots of greens recently because I did this Loki focus, and he's got greens I would never use to highlight each other on it. So, do you know what? We're not going to replicate it. We're just gonna make good green. Make good green. Lovely. So yeah, let's start with some green because everybody can see green. Let's go for... No, that's the one that just opened. Do they highlight each other? I don't want to go on the Games Workshop website. How do they go? No, they look rubbish. What are you? I've got a message, but I'm poor and I've only got one screen. So if that's you, I won't be able to get to that. I want a second screen to do this, but I have no space. So I need like an iPad. That's a really clever idea. I'll get an iPad. I've got an iPad. I'll get one that works. Right, are you the right green? This is going to be the messiest wet palette. Here's a tip. If you're squeezing it doesn't come out, stop squeezing. Good green, Charlie. This is good. We've got 8 viewers on here already. We got, what, 17 followers? Can't Sleepers is a terrible name, but it's the best I've got for now. I need something to poke in me hole. It's a family friendly show. I'm going to try to anyway. I can't promise when I poke something I was about to say when I poke something sharp into there and the paint explodes or I hurt myself as I jabbed the end of a Swan Morton scalpel. Wonderful. Let's get the paint out of... Oh, that's... oh, it happened again. Easily expendable. Can't sleep, must stream, eat, sleep, paint, poo. It has become like that. It's tissue. It's become a bit of a franchise. When it came time to set up the Patreon, and it was like, what do you do? And I was like, t-shirts, cards, and then there's graphic art, and then there's manual art, and then there's miniatures and models, and then there was a little foray into fiction writing with a side project called Born in the Dark Age, which is in Brumation. Insomniarchs. There we go. iPad Mini. Oh, real Brad's here as well. Well done. iPad Mini. That's a brilliant little story actually, because you don't come here just to watch me paint, right? Because I haven't painted anything at all yet. I think it was my partner who showed me her. That's a really dark green. I like that. Showed me her Facebook. Somebody was selling an iPad Mini, but put MINY instead of MINI, and just the phrase iPad Mini just broke me for a little while. Insomniarch. I like that because that fits in with the brand, or hail the brand. You sent okay, that's brilliant. Sent a Discord message that might fix the commands. Did you run mod Streamlabs? Yeah, it's running. It's like there. I've also got a message from eBay because I sold a DVD, and the guy's like, "Where's my tracking?" I'm like, "You paid £1.10. It's not tracked." Right, brush. Shall we use a good brush, or shall we use a cheap brush? Trick question. All my brushes are cheap. Actually, I've got a couple of good ones, but I ruin them. Although a friend just recommended me Instar Paint's brush cleaner. Apparently it's really good at keeping them up to it. Good with words. I'm good with words. There's a little bit of water here. Let's get some of that and thin some of this out. And yeah, I think yours is going to be a little bit more army green than mine, Skink. But we like it anyway. I don't want to thin all of that. Let's do it properly. Let's get some water from the pot noodle pot. My paint water pot is... I'll try and show the face cam. It's a It's a plastic pot noodle pot with paint water on it. I write paint water on it because, well, we've all done it, haven't we? There's a unicorn poop brush cleaner, yeah. Oh, unicorn. Oh, yeah. No, that's. I think you were just referring to that mythical brand there for a minute, but no, that's real, isn't it? Yeah, and then yesterday actually, I found another brand of plastic pot noodle pot. So there you go. It's not a single-use plastic if you use it multiple times. That's what single-use means, isn't it? Like, well, multiple. Never mind. Right, let's get some paint on this model. Where are we? Where's the camera? So from Insta. Oh, I've used it as well. I have just used their a couple of their paints. I think I got their Alpha paint white and their Arctic white and some Water Plus, which I don't know. Not as harsh as mustard. Yeah, mustard's I think ruins brushes. Like, it gets some paint out, but I tend to actually use masters as more of like a shampoo and use alchemy. It literally is alchemy because all their technology speak about it is just mumbo jumbo, but it works. So the mumbo jumbo is obviously correct. Yeah, I tend to actually clean it with pure like nail varnish remover. What is it? So yeah, acetone. That still needs to be thinner. And then I like use the masters as a soap, as like a conditioner, like a shampoo. This is glooping. This paint is horrible. It's alright. It's not my model. Anyway, if I'm like, I got a bright mouth when I paint like that. Let's. Yeah, we'll go about that far. Go about there. We can neaten it all up with highlights. And because I haven't mixed any paint yet, I know I can neaten it up with that. But yeah, Water Plus is something nonsense. Hello, Rainbow Cryptid. How are we? I'm really passionate about paint. Yeah, no, I get that from like reading their stuff. Like, I saw a video where he was basically going, look, I can't tell you what's in it, even though people are telling me, you know, like crying on forums that it's just a rip-off, it's just a surfactant. He's like, yeah, of course there's a surfactant in it. That's how it works. But yeah, like, it's really hard. You can't patent or trademark a formula, so they can't protect it that way. So the only way to protect it is to keep it a secret. But it's something about like aligning molecules, and yeah, it's pure alchemy. There's no bones about it. I'm going to. So if anybody wants to know how I got the black lines on this thing, I've just got paint all over my finger and I'm touching this model. It is oil paint. The black lining is oil paint because it has a really high viscosity and it uses capillary action better than like a wash or trying to paint it manually. That's crazy. That's the painting. How goes? Painting's good. Miniatures are even smaller than anticipated. Yes, this one I think is one of the only things in the scale that's in the game that's actually in 1 in 270 scale. They are very small. I'm using a 0 brush, although I've got like 3 0 brushes from this brand and they're all slightly different. They're from ABC brushes, who I'd recommend because they're dirt cheap. But if you get 10 brushes, you'll just throw 2 of them out straight away. They last okay, and they're like 6 to 8 quid for 10 brushes. So why not? How are we looking there? Well, that's really weird on camera. I'm going to sort the white balance out on that. It's alright, virgin cast, it's fine. But yeah, no, back to Water Plus. It is... I don't understand what it does. I just know it makes me a better painter. I think the best description I've come up with is it doesn't thin your paint, it makes it wetter. Like it just which in theory means if I bought a litre of Water Plus, I would have a litre of like a little pot of Citadel. But it's not quite, because you can make washes out of it and things. Right, where's the other lines? Oh, I've got to do it along the fuselage. I hate this bit. Because the lines on either side, I've painted many X-Wings. I think I have 27 X-Wings in my own collection. and I hate painting the line along the fuselage. Really good value for money brush, Rosemary Co series. Oh really? Okay, because I want to get the what's the super brush, that one. But as I wreck them, I'm not going to. But I'll have a look into some Rosemary. You're not the first person I've heard talk about Rosemary Co in comparison to some of the finest ones. It's going to bug me now what the big super ones are called. Goblin Gaming. Oh, cool. Oh, they have a distributor here now. Oh, that's awesome. Because it's a bit like I ordered straight from Instar. But it's a bit, you just order that, and I wanted some more paint from this. Winsor & Newton, yeah, Series 7, that's the one. Yeah, I wanted some other stuff as well, and it was like, well, I particularly wanted that Citadel paint, or I can't remember what it was now, it was probably a model or something. And it was a bit like, well, if I'm just ordering from you, and their postage isn't bad, the prices are really good, and the eco-friendly packaging and everything as well. Watch me paint all over the nice black lines. It's alright, the paint's translucent. It'll work. Yeah, I was just ordering stuff, and I was like, well, there's other stuff I want, and I was literally thinking yesterday when Bluebush said that he'd got some Water Plus and some other stuff. Just this month. Oh, okay. I don't think I've had my stuff a month, so I must have missed that. I mean, good if I've used them for the first time. I gave them the money straight. They're going to get a bigger cut, so good on them. No, definitely something I support. And they do the Warlord Games things. If you mention them on Instagram, they will put you in their story, which is great. I was mentioning 2 stories in a row because I recommended somebody else, and he put up a story at the same time I put a story about my own stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good they've got a distributor because it's nice to put other things in your basket. You're probably going to buy the thing you... Cool. You're going to half lurk their rainbow. Well done. Is it rainbow? Rainbow cryptid? What's your preferred... no, I'm not calling it that. Rainbow cryptid. What's the smallest scale you've painted? The smallest scale, I think, is just under what Wargamers would call 6mm. It is, Chris would know this one because it's his damn fault. It's the pilots for my Ghost, Falcon, and Outrider. They are, what are they? They're architectural models. So when somebody would plan out a city or a building or whatever, and they would want people standing around. These ones are actually bus passengers. They're sat. It's not my fault. It was incomplete. Yeah, you just made me. You made me manufacture a homebrew Reed bodge job, Reed skiffle, vacuum former to make windows for my Ghost. Ridiculous. Yeah. So smallest would be. They're 6. It was more like 5mm. They were for the pilots. For the Falcon, for the Outrider, and for the Ghost. As I did Hera and Kanan and Ezra, and then I did Dash and Lebo for the Outrider, and then I did a few different ones. So at the moment in my Falcon is Han and Chewie flying it with Rey and Finn sat behind them. Chewie obviously had to be a little bit bigger, so I just put like 4 layers of brown paint on him and that thickened him up. Should be thanking you. Yeah, no, you're right. It actually doing those figures and that was when Ben, our mutual friend down in Brighton at Dice Saloon, took pictures of them, got me on Instagram for it, and that's like the path to all of this now. Yeah, Chewie was multiple layers of paint to make him bigger than the humans, and I'm off camera there, aren't I? Hera, obviously I wanted to paint her Leku, her head tails, but I wasn't going to sculpt. I tried to sculpt them actually out green stuff, didn't work. So I made her chair have a headrest and then just painted 2 tails on there, and nobody's been able to tell me that. 1 week later, 5mm mini in the beard. You're welcome. I bring people together. I miss Ben. He's a cuddly man, isn't he? Go check out. I'll put a link for him. Go check out Rogue Outpost on Facebook, Instagram, and he's got his own website and YouTube. Do that. He's the one who brought them in. Yeah, that was when I played well as well. That was like the first 2 times there when I made the cut and got into the finals. And then up until the first 2.0 tournament you did, I never, ever got that good again. It was always like mid to low tables for me. The first unveiling of my first Jurassic Ark was in Brighton, so I'm now like 3 and a bit hours away from Brighton, but and it was one of those things just before COVID. I was like, I don't think I'll play in Brighton again. Now, it's too far away, but now, like, sod it, I'll paint there. I'll play there. Largest model I painted, I actually don't know. Done lots of 28mm, and then like Legion and that are a bit bigger. Marvel Crisis Protocol, I've only painted one official miniature for that. That's a bit bigger than that. I haven't ever gone anything like her. Why do you think I judge? Because you're really good at it. I did that Thor miniature, which was a Hobbit like toy statue. That would be probably somewhere between 54 and 75mm scale. I found that the other day. I want to revisit that mini. Do you know what I'm not doing? I'm thinning with water, like a commoner. Where's my water plus? It's right here. All right, we're going to finish these strands, and then we'll add some water plus. Why we're sitting talking about how good it is, and I'm thinning my paint with water like a common horse thief. Largest miniature. Physically, probably something like a falcon. No, the ghost. That's far bigger. I've got a half-finished ghost. I was talking to Skink the other day about ghosts. Most people get halfway through painting them, myself included. I painted one, but really all I did was kind of weather it. The other one is in like Jurassic colours. Shocker. Yeah, Crisis Pro is going to be 45mm, but yeah, it works with terrain. Ghost chips on my second sloop. Oh, the hamster's awake. I've just heard her rustling. So we've got the background noise of the fan. The ambient music's obviously off. If you start to get this like jung, 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 it's her in her wheel. You normally don't wake up till the early hours, Squiggles. Yeah, you know something's going on, don't you? She can smell all of you. Yeah, Crisis Protocol works with smaller terrain. Where's the piece of tissue I cut? What am I missing? Go. Hello? It's all... No, that's not it. I'll just get some more. It's kitchen roll. We've got loads of it. Biggest thing I've ever painted. I mean, if it counts, when I built a castle for my bearded dragon, I painted that. That was like nearly 4 foot long. But yeah, I've never really gone much beyond sort of. I've never done a 75mm that I can think of. That's got that paint. What is that paint? It's Vallejo. It's gone right into the bristles. It's soaked right up into the ferrule. Biggest miniature. No, I think that is it. I think that is probably the biggest I've done. I should change that. Oh, it's still not finished. I have the original. It was Smaug from Games Workshop. It's a metal dragon. You spot it. It's kind of curled around itself in a C shape. If you go on my Instagram, at the start of lockdown, I tried painting it multiple times. I got so fed up with wet blending it. The massive wings. It was just too big a challenge. So I had painted a Naboo Starfighter, and it didn't go very well. And it was fine, but it didn't go very well. Didn't go to how I wanted it to go. So then that had a little bit of like kit bashing on it. It had like extra engines and stuff like that. I took a Millennium Falcon, cut it up, stuck other bits to it. Got halfway through painting it, it looked atrocious, terrible. I still hate it. So I gave up on that, and I was on a real down. So I was like, I'm going to finish this dragon that I've had for absolutely years, and I just got so fed up with painting it. Metal dragon. It's so heavy. I got fed up with painting. I've just kicked over a bottle of lemonade. It's fine. It's got a lid on. I got so fed up, and I completely lost my count. Like everybody, when they're painting, they hit a plateau, right? But I hit like worse than a plateau. Nothing was going right, and it's okay for like I love like if you've seen recent posts on Instagram, like Iron Man was an experiment. in using metallic paints to paint in a comic book style. Doesn't work, but I still like how it came out, and I learned something. Spider-Man was meant to look like he was armoured in steel. Oh! Hey, the T-Rex comes up. Amazing. Thank Katie Yol. I'm guessing it, or Yol, if you're from Scandinavia. Yeah, he was... Oh, we got another one. Ronnie Roulette. That's a... I mean, there's no mispronouncing that one. Thank you very much for the follow. Clever girl. Yeah, he was meant to look like steel, and he kind of does. But in the end, he just kind of came out as like a noir black and white Spider-Man. From Mississippi. How does somebody find me from Mississippi? I'm just a little boy in a flat. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah, so like it's learning about it, but those models were going terribly, those two spaceships, and the Dragon went terribly. And then I went back to basics with what I learned to paint on were 28mm Vikings, and I just smashed it out of the park. I made this Ragnar Lothbrok model, and it was incredible. Skink, brilliant, well done, thanks Skink. Yeah, like smashed this Viking out of it, and then just because I worked more on like more standard. I changed that chap to white. No, I didn't. I did it black because it's normally there, but it's on my hand. Never mind. Oh, we all know each other. Cheers, Skink. Well done. I'm painting Skink ship here, so it's all dependent on you guys whether or not it goes well. And I smashed it out of the park. It was, and then I learned. I would say that's when I really started to step up my painting. Lord Skink, yes, that's you. Really started to step up my painting to a little bit more. Yeah, but yeah. So the Dragon, that is some proper Crazy Train style, off the rails. What's the biggest miniature you've ever painted? Here's a 3-day story about the time I lost my mojo. Right, let's get some Water Plus. I only got a little bottle of Water Plus because I thought it might have been a con. I need to go back through this chat. Transport code 54 and 75mm in the pup line. Never done it. I don't think I'm quite at the point yet where I'm like, I watch a guy called Squidmar on YouTube and he paints like busts and things as well as miniatures. I don't think I'm at the level of just picking up something to paint just to put on the shelf. I don't think I'm that good yet. I want to be. I want to learn to get there, and I love learning. So that's how that goes. Look at this Water Plus. There's the interesting thing. It's still a miniature if it's huge, probably not. Like, Water Plus is weird, but if you do this, has it got washing up liquid in it? It feels like it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the things in it. What else we got? We got the 28. Oh, the 28mm 8080, the toy that you painted up that we used at the convention. That was awesome. It had a speaker in it. Imperial Raider was crashed into bits. Yeah, that was fun. That's a good model. Beast of a Mini on the way. Metal Goddess. Death Goddess. Oh, yes. I think I've seen pictures of that going around. So, Skink sent me. Internet is a global thing, so no! It's not. It stands for International Net. Yeah. Skink, Love Skink is a miniature if it's huge. Love, I want to miss out on. Yeah. Fairy liquid would displace the water tension. So it's probably something. I doubt very much they've just squirted fairy liquid in, but it's probably something to do with it. Makes water skater beetles unhappy. What? It's normally me questioning you questioning me on my stream about some weird thing I've done. I need to know more about what washing up liquid does to water skater beetles. Alright. So we're going to put a little bit of this over here. I know you can't focus on that, but you're focusing on this. If I turn autofocus on, it doesn't work, because anything else, it'll be fine, but the ship is white, so it doesn't work. Oh, look, it's just... Oh, sod it. Let's just bring it over here. Get some paint from the thick side. And we mix it over here. And we've made a god-awful mess. It's a green, watery mess. And it's only getting worse. Escape with no... That unable to skate with no... Oh, because it brings it... So they just pop through the water. That's amazing. Make it sell wig. Yeah, no, I'd love to. This time I won't have to sell a guitar to be able to afford the petrol to get there. True story. Moving halfway up the country is expensive and hard, but worth it. Sorry to all the people who still live where I lived. I know there's at least one of you watching. Sorry about that. Right, let's try with Water Plus. I don't know if you're going to see any difference. Like I said, the white ship. I was like, oh, I'm going to make the first thing on the stream an X-Wing. Right, that seems right, doesn't it? And it is. But, oh wow, that's like gloss now. Not like gloss, it's like a satin to paint with. It's pooling a little bit. I think my brush might be a bit heavy. Miss you, Dan, Saf. Yeah, no, we miss you guys too. We really do. We will come as soon as it's clear. Obviously, I've still got a lot of family that way. We will come visit. Well, you're welcome up here. We bought a sofa that turns into a bed for a reason. All of you, come up, everybody. Not all at once. Not all at once. Yeah, there's been a lot of people I missed this year. Not sure if they miss me. I'm the one who steals all your biscuits. This is so cute. What, the X-Wing or me? Thank you. Woo-woo. I don't believe I just did that. If I hold this pose long enough, I'll end up on Reddit as watch people die inside. Sell out. Gandam Pantan. All these crisps, £1. Yeah, that does acutely sum up where I'm from. A gorgeous dress for your night out, £1. Do that voice far too well. A little bit worried. I had to record something the other day that will be shown. How do I put it? Will be shown primarily to an American audience. And I did a Lando impression that was so good when I watched it back on camera. I was like, well, they clearly picked a British person because they wanted a British person instead of everybody on it being American. I was like, I just sound American, so I just re-recorded that bit. Can't say it must TikTok. Do you know what? It's one of the only websites I'm not on. And I don't. A friend of mine keeps sending me the. I don't know what the song is. I'm so out of touch. But it's mixed into the Avengers. Dun 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 dun. Gearbox from 1976. That is amazing. Yeah, it's mixed in with the Avengers theme tune, and they do this dance, right? And I don't know, but every step is supposed to be like one of the Avengers. So like going like this is the Hulk, and going like this is the Hammer. So it's thought, and it just I hate it so much. I don't know why. It's a purely irrational hatred. But he'll send me every version of this damn video with these people, young people, dancing to it. And I know it's my problem. I know it's just me being old. But I hate it. And that's just me. The black hole, yeah, cute. Oh god. Oh no. I'm gonna watch Bash. Oh, what the? I'm going to have to watch that later. I am quite old. Quite old and quite fat. That's the alternative name for this channel, by the way. It's lockdown weight. I can get rid of it if ever I wanted to. Right, where else is green? Oh, these little tiny bits. Why would I do that? Why would I paint these? Do you know what? We're going to cheat. We're going to just slap it in. And then we'll tighten it up when we do the engines grey. Oh, paint separating. Okay, Water Plus makes your paint separate a little bit. That is because I'm making it really thin. This is like airbrush thin now. Slappy green, slappy green. Do 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 do. I didn't tell you what the secret exclamation mark command was going to be. I'll try and get it running. If you type in exclamation mark access main security grid, it pops up and says, you didn't say the magic word. There's a theme to this this stream. There's a theme to this stream. There's a theme to this stream. What is wrong with me? I'm on the internet and going mad. Welcome to my house. Quite fat. Tune in to Quite Old and Quite Fat every Tuesday. Yeah, that'll be the precast. So the idea is, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, by the way, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. UK time, I'm going to be doing the Can't Street Must PaintCast, which is this. The aim is, and I don't know quite how we're going to set this up, it might be like for Patreon supporters and things like that. If that ends up being a thing, I don't want to charge anybody to watch this or do anything like that will vote on like a challenge for me to do. So it might be like, this week you have to paint a rebel ship like an Imperial. You have to paint something using only greens. You have to use the theme of I don't know, Sleeping Beauty on this TIE fighter, something like that. Or it might be like that there'll be a vote, so it'll be like, do I do red, blue or green? And like I said, I don't know how that's going to work. That's how Wednesdays are going to work. It's going to be like a show. It'll have a format. The other way around is if you're following me on here, which you should be, I'm just going to paint when I can. I'm at home now, this is my job, so I may paint during the day, I may paint during the evening when little one goes to sleep. Might be an hour, might be half an hour, might be 4 hours. I don't even know how long this one's going to be. Where's the time now? We're doing good. We're at 45 minutes already. So there's going to be one weekly show. It's good. I think it's really important to have something permanent that people will tune into. If it gets more popular, it'll be more nights. I doubt very much I'll do every night, but if it gets more popular, I'll do more and more nights. I'm under no illusion I'm the next superstar. I'm under no illusion I'm going to make a living out of Twitch, but it's fun and I want to do it, and I like performing for a crowd, and I haven't done that in so long, and this just feels good to have people watch me and make me the centre of attention again. Quite going to resemble both those remarks. Keep Warp Plus in a separate palette. Yeah, I think that's good now. The Warp Plus, and then move them over. Don't mix them up. Is it Nedry? I'll put that. Paint Thor pink. I will not be... Do you know what? I have no problem with Thor being pink. I don't think he's ever been pink. I painted female Thor. I painted Jane. So, why not? You have to paint in your Nikolai Volkov outfit. Can I wear the jacket? Or is that just the hat and nothing on? What's the plan for this X-Wing? Green Squadron. This is Corran Horns. We're doing this. Turning it into my version of Corran Horns 1. Loosely inspired by the front cover and just... the front cover of one of the X-Wing ones, just a unitard. Paint for me! Yeah, loosely inspired by the front cover of the Rogue Squadron novels, and then just my own version of it. This exact ship is available on an alt art card that I have as well. I'm not going to advertise that too much because I'm not sure I've got that one in stock. We might also... So I was watching I can talk about people, can't I? I was watching Gold Squadron the other day and I loved their giveaways, even though I didn't win anything. So I might do like cards and things every now and again, get some badges and things made. Like, again, that's not even about like making money or advertising. Oh! Hi Lone Wolf 2811, 28, whatever the number is. Thank you very much for the follow. Clever girl. I just like the idea of giving people things. I think that's kind of fun. If it gives people an incentive to watch, brilliant. If not, brilliant. Somebody got one of my alt arts. Because they're a pig to sell at the minute. Because nobody's playing real X-Wing. So nobody wants a card to put on the table. And digital cards are probably even worse to try and sell. Look at me. I'm painting the underside of a spaceship. I might not highlight it as much as the top. The other aim of this stream is to actually make me get... I know I've been all over the place so far. Is to actually make me get painting done. I am one of the slowest painters I know, which really sucks for a commission paint. Skink is broken. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. Oh, everybody's a pirate. Badgers, pirate. I am alongside some Sea of... Oh god, it's all going weird near badgers. Mushroom. There are people too young in here to remember that. Yeah, I'm super slow and I get easily distracted. Right. So what normally happens is I'll do something like the oil paints, which take a little while to dry, or I'll do a layer with a wash or something like that, and then I'll be like, okay, well while that's drying, I'll play some Angry Birds on my phone because I still play Angry Birds and King of Crabs. I dare you to try to kill me in King of Crabs. I am the King of Crabs. And then like 3 hours have passed. It's midnight, and I haven't, I've painted one layer, which is where can't sleep must paint comes from. I get all my inspiration at like 1 a.m. and I get on a painting stream. I can finish a model between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. But if I start painting at 9 a.m, I won't have finished it by dinner time. Right, that's that. Where's the rest of the green? We're going to do the wing stripes later because that's... where are we? Yeah, I don't think I can do those now. We're going to make those a thing all on their own. So just a stripe on the back of the wings. Digital players offered to paint their screens. Smart. I like it. I like that. Legion stuff primed from memory. I'm not finished yet, so you're not that bad. Yeah. Can't sleep much. Yeah. So I had a thing the other day. I went upstairs to get some bits into my loft, and I've got some old models in there. I probably have 3,000 models in a paint pile. Do you know the most liberating thing in the world? Let it go. I'm not going to get to them. I'm never going to paint them. I might sell them. I might die with them unpainted. And I don't care. It's so liberating. I am almost at my follow goal here. This is great. I need a better name. Somebody come up with a better name for like followers. Can't Sleepers is odd. I was in a band, as somebody else here that was in the band, we were called Bender Crack Corn. And we actually had a genuine conversation about calling our fans Benders. It took us about 20 minutes before somebody pointed out the problem. Do 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 do. Heard a piece of music today on an advert. Just popped up on YouTube. Insomniacs, must painters. That's better than Can't Sleepers. But what if you don't paint? What if you're just here for the delightful conversation? You didn't think of that, did you? You only think of yourself. Yeah, and it's a piece of classical music, very sad. And the thing is, I listen to so many pieces of classical music to find it, because you can't obviously use your watch history on adverts, that I can't remember how it goes. Just now, all I can think of is Moonlight Sonata, which isn't it? Not at all. Not even close. It's a small peek into my brain as well. This, isn't it? It's not. Oh, well, that's flowing like wash now. This is all gone. Shall we just get some of this? Put this here. Get some of this. Get a little bit of this, because we're not going to use a lot. There we go. That's a bit thicker now. Park guests, raptors, paint mates, clever girls. Clever girls is great. Actually, clever girls works sound. We'll use the mic to search for the song, but I don't know how it goes, and I won't be able to watch it again. It's just a memory now. It's just in here. It's nothing else. Collated ads, yeah. No. Make sure we keep it on camera. It's quite difficult. Literally forgotten what I was about to talk about. If you know me, it's not a surprise. That happens fairly regularly. Paint camera just invaded by beard hairs. Was it? What's going on? Oh! Bottle of water fell over. I'm going to try and tuck my beard back a little bit. It's getting a bit unruly today. Oh, and there's a paint hair on my... There's a hair on my brush. It's not going... Oh, get off! Nobody loves you. But yeah, names. Clever Girls is good. I always think so that, like, I follow a couple of people. There's I don't know if anybody's seen the Hoof GP on YouTube. I don't know why I started watching a guy trimming cows' feet, but I can't stop. And he calls his fans the Herd. The Epic Duck Studios uses... Oh, I can't remember what he calls them now. The Flock. Part of the Flock. Star Wars when the bottle of water... It's like that scene in Star Wars when the bottle of water fell over. Key scene, that. Key scene. J.J. Abrams. Genius. But yeah, paint mates. That's good. Must painters. Insomniacs. Park guests. James Games. Park guests. That's it. You're my park guests. That's it. And now I need to change names of all the tiers on Patreon. Damn it. What water? The water that's pooling around my feet. I'm on a pirate boat. Have we not realised this by now? It's not Water Plus. I don't have an entire bottle of Water Plus. Park guests. Yeah, you're my park guests. I mean, I can overthink that and be like, yeah, you're my guests. You're not on my level. You're the guest. I'm not gonna think that way. I'm not even gonna say that. Damn. Come for the painting. Don't see any painting, but stay for the jokes. It's gone quiet. Can anybody hear the computer trying to take off? I think what I need to do, and I'm sure this is a really sensible idea, is put the computer in the next room. Make myself laugh even thinking of the concept. Put the computer in the next... Younglings, or no, not younglings, Padawans. Put the computer in the next room and run some wires in here. My brain just went, how will you see the screen? The screen can be on wires too, Omer. Jesus. His line's gone a little wonky. That's okay. We won't tell Skink about it, and we'll just make it a little bit thicker, and then this side can get thicker. It's like evening up your sideburns. That looks great. It looks bright green there. It doesn't on my eyes. It doesn't on my eyes. He'll never know. He'll never know. Bob Rossett, happy mistakes, yeah. How much of me can you see when my head's down like that? I'm trying to look up and that's not bad. Just looks like the orb is glowing. This is the 4th light bulb this lamp's had because they all make the camera jitter. Put a little tree there. It's looking nice and green. Did I paint the underside of my own one? Oh, Omer, why? Oh, you didn't! Brilliant. It's alright. Can't be better than the artist's own, right? Like, you don't buy a jacket on a picture when it says model's own. I don't know where you'd find it because the model's not selling it. And expect it to be better than the supermodel, do you? No. No. So is that all the lines other than... Oh, there's a little bit there on the wings. We'll do that too. That's got a lovely consistency now. Do you know what I just thought? I was just looking at it going, oh, I did click start stream. Yeah. Yeah. None of this would be happening, or this is a weird fever dream. Mr. Bibb, I'm not sure how I feel about the fans being happy mistakes. I think if you find this stream without, like, through my Instagram or knowing me, I think happy mistake would be a really, really good term. Get on camera, Omer. Let's bring the camera this way. You can see my belly. Is it meant to be a video? It's just... That's why I put the on the stream starting screen. If any of you saw it, I put the carousel of images because I always hate tuning into a stream that's about to start and it's a static image and I'm like, is my computer working? We made some. Let's take a little moment to show off all of this, all these graphics, all hand drawn, of course. I started off with the generics. I was like, that'll do. No, all hand drawn. We got the Be Right Back. I think my mic's on. Yeah, we got the Be Right Back. That's the same one again. We got an intermission screen, which I might call the rant screen. This needs a few more graphics around the edge, I think. And we got. I'll flash this up for a few seconds. I don't want people to think it's ending, but yeah, we got that. All custom drawn. Doing good, right? Professional. Because I need to beat the competition. I don't know what the competition is. I don't know who I'm competing against. But I'm going to be the best. I've messed that line up there, so... Yep, that's alright, because it gets a little black bit, so I can just hide it. Happy little accidents. There's a Bob Ross stream on Twitch. I only spotted that the other day. It's just like 24 hours of Bob Ross. How lovely is that? Oh, God, these flappy wings. You can't brace against anything. You have to just, like, cramp your hands up. Why has the white balance gone mental? Of all the Jurassic Park themed miniatures painters, yeah. You got to know your gimmick, right? It all started with the Jurassic Ark, which was a joke. There'll be someone watching here. Lee TT2, if you're still around. We were together. I won't say where, but we were together. And it was just in the back, and it was completely inappropriate to be thinking of X-Wing ships. And I thought, my God, Jurassic Ark. And that was it. That was it. And I just came home and I painted it. Then I stuck lights in it. I slapped it on a plastic lump watch, and now I'm selling it. I'm trying to sell it. I won't punch a table too hard because these boom mics, especially the light, are completely liable to fall apart. Competition is yesterday you. I like that. My competition is yesterday me. I'm going to write that amongst the other inspirational quotes around my screen. I've got diversity is what unites us. That's a lyric. I've got today they killed to give our sons a lesson. We'll teach to keep fear from our ways. Kind of things that have got me through a lot of the stuff that's going on. I've also got with great pink paint comes great responsibility. Words to live by. Don't do your best, do my best. Yeah, my actual quote that I've been going by recently in terms of artistic endeavours is I don't think it's his quote, but I can't find out where it's from, and it's don't follow the method, follow the process. To me, art is fluid. If something goes not even wrong, if something changes and it's not coming out the way, competition is yesterday you and F that guy. I like it. If your art changes, go with the process. The process is important. Like it's almost like if you imagine somebody whittling something out of a piece of wood. There's a shape already in that wood, and you're just bringing it out. Don't quote me on this. My favourite quote ever, and you can look this up. I think it was in I want to say 2013, but that seems too early. I put on Facebook, my favourite person to quote is myself, Omir Ibrahim, and every year I share that post, and it's still one of the funniest jokes I've ever told. There was another one I made about friends, but it didn't get any traction, and I was really annoyed about that. And I'm not getting on Twitter. It's just a load of people shouting into the wind. Oh, what was the friends joke? I think it was something like every time I walk into a room, all of my friends clap. Every time I walk into a room, all of my friends clap 4 times. Nobody told me life was going to be this way. It's good, right? Can't sleep, must tweet. No, it's not happening. Rob, what was the Twitter account that never got made and then got made? Was it our sniper friend? It's weird on Twitch. I don't know if you can use people's names or not. Boo, get out, yeah. Don't hashtag things like get out. It's too close to some of the other words that gets people cancelled. That's it. I'm not going to read that out loud, but you can see it. Did he eventually make it? That might have been the bit when that sort of period of time when my missus was pregnant, and that from like 6 months before the birth to 6 months after, I do not remember most of my life. It was pretty much autopilot. Let's get in here. Get some green paint on. The paint's going a little bit thick. Right, is that all the green? Yeah, other than the astromech and the wing of the guns. That's not looking too bad. Right. There we go. Let's... If you thought some of the other noises were disgusting earlier, listen to the paint water. I think he's tweeted about 4 times. Brilliant. We were still sharing inspirational posts. I love fake inspirational stuff. I can't think of any right now, but there are some there's no I in team, but there is in disappointment. That's one of my favourites. Because I started replying as if he'd said the worst things imaginable. ASMR day replying. That reminds me of the trick you play on it works specifically on Facebook if you want to be horrible, where you put something like you put something like my nan died, but you instantly put edit she didn't. My mum found out about this and I've been grounded if you're younger or whatever like that. And somebody will reply with something like serves you right. So you delete your edit. So when anybody reads it, it just says my nan died and your friend just goes serves you right. I haven't done it. That sounds quite funny. This paint, look at it. Where's the focal point? You see how it's like clinging up there in the ferrule? Yeah, I'm going to run my nail around it, which I know you shouldn't, but let's see. I can't get that out. Copied that from you. Oh, that, yeah. No, we did the make me look like a horrible person. No, that's a make me look like a horrible person thing is something. So you ask a question like, what's your favourite food? Burgers. And then you change the question to, what's the best way to dispose of a dead puppy? And you make people look bad. But no, the one where you intentionally trap your friend is almost the other way around. Right, I think that's most of that out. Right, we're going to do the black and grey sections. So we're going to find some blick. Where's my blick? I've got this little pot of paint, which is black. It's a really good paint. It's a really good black. And it is a no-name... I had this little pot of black acrylic paint that I picked up somewhere, I think it was in a war game show or something like that. I think maybe my partner picked it up when she was painting models. And, yeah, I just needed some black paint. Everybody was out of every... I'm showing my partner. She's over across the room. Just I put it in one of these. It was in a little glass pot with a cracked lid when I decanted it. And I think we bought it because I just really needed some black for a model I was doing at the time. Got my headphone caught. And nobody had any black. And it was just the only one. So I just grabbed this no-name brand. It was literally no name. And it's really good, and I've decanted it and thinned it down a little bit. It's black, so you can't tell how full it is, but I really hope I can find it. It's not that other blacks are bad, just that one's really good. Oh, I thinned it with water again. Oh, so anybody got like a hazel branch I can whip myself with or something? It's fine, it's black. And look, you see like how much water I put in that? How far I'm dragging that out. And it's not losing any. Oh, I just painted my lamp. Wonderful. Alright, we're back in something like focus. Yeah, I need to sit there. There we go. And I've just made this weird line across my wet palette now as well, just to entertain you people, just to entertain my park guests. I'll pause like that if anybody wants to clip it. Wait, did I do green? No, it's fine. Well, I did there, but not there. That's fine. Yeah, the little bits there will be green as well, but we'll get to them. Now we can use the black. Nobody's coming in for painting tips, right? I might record a little video. A load of people ask me how I do eyes. And I have a dirt simple? A really simple way of painting eyes that I don't know where I learnt. And it's never failed me. But people point out that my eyes are always quite consistent. Apart from Legion's Princess Leia. What a model. And Han Solo, who has holes for eyeballs. Podcast wonder if snacks are being served. Snacks! I did say about snacks. So my idea, originally, so the bring snacks thing that you might have seen on some things, was just a bit of a joke. And then my partner was like, you should actually have some kind of weird snack, whether it's, I don't do spicy food, so whether it's something spicy or just something a little odd. We've got quite a few international food shops around, so something I've never tried before would be nice. And then I was like, I don't really want to be eating on camera, so if I'm going to do it, it's going to be something like softer, so I can just put it in my mouth. And I grabbed today, we did a little bit of shopping, and so I grabbed wafers. One of the loudest foods. It's a hazelnut chocolate wafer. I love chocolate wafers. So there's my snack. Hope you got snacks. That one was stale. It was good, but it was a little stale. I'm going to sit down and watch all the sponsors. Oh yeah, you're on a train. Can you hack into the speakers and put me over the train speakers? Bing bong. Googly eyes a profit. Agreed. What? Take mini. Slap on googly eyes. Profit. Yeah, fine. Get some jam. Just eat fistfuls of jam. Look. I have the physique of Winnie the Pooh. If I'm going to eat anything by the fistful, it's honey straight from the jar. Alright, so I can't sleep plus paint soon. I'll just be jammed by the fistful. I know I started this for a reason. The stream, not the model. These are not straight lines. I've got a model coming up soon that I'll be showing off. I've got to do some, to make it with what I want it to be, I've got to do some incredible freehand work, like really fine. And I don't know if I can. So we'll see. It's quite important I get it right too, so we'll see. Where else have I done black? We'll do the nose cone in a minute because that's easy. Oh, we got a little bobble of paint there. 2 hours painting on a face and eyes on Monday. I'm super happy with them. Good. Honey and cheddar, each with random non-vibrant red. Oh yeah, honey and cheddar. My favourite is me and some friends. If the real Brad is here still, we went to York on holiday and there was I used to run a bicycle shop, and we found a cafe that was a bicycle shop and a cafe. The idea was, I think it started off that you'd pop next door and get a cuppa while you were waiting for your bike to be fixed, but the cafe just took over. It was just so big that the bike shop was like this little, almost like a shed. And they had a sandwich called the Energizer, and it was crunchy peanut butter. So it was like what I call cheap white bread. It was a real artisan shop, so I'm sure it wasn't cheap white bread. But you know what I mean by like cheap white bread. Real butter, salted butter, crunchy peanut butter, sliced bananas, and the richest honey I've ever tasted. And it was so good. And I've made it on the cheapest bread, and it's beautiful. With the cheapest ingredients, beautiful. I've also bought like really nice versions of all those ingredients. And put it on like a big slice of white bloomer bread. Absolutely beautiful. It's the best sandwich. It's my favourite sandwich. Some other players sleep through. I've never met a human on Sea of Thieves yet, so I'm doing all right there. I've watched Bluebush get killed by people quite a bit, but I managed somehow to do irises and pupils. Irises as well. I just do the black cat's eye, the line down the middle of the face. That's it. Mess that up. Come right outside of the lines, right? We can neaten it up. We'll actually do that before we move on after this section. Although annoyingly, I'm going to have to try and get nice off-white clean paint into my brush after using black. Awesome. I'll keep an eye on the Instagram. If you go on Instagram, so I have another account on Instagram that I don't use anymore, but it's called Born in the Dark Age, and it's me doing historical stuff because I noticed nobody really bothered about it when I was putting it on the main Can't Sleep Must Paint Instagram, so I made a separate account to entertain myself. And I have a really good guide to how I paint faces, which is paint the face really well, touch it a bit more and ruin it, fix it, and it's all right. Which is a lot how I do a lot of my painting, actually. My pages revealed themselves as I was logging off. What were they doing? Hiding in a box? I don't think you can do that. Arms tucked into my sides. I paint like a T-Rex. If T-Rexes could paint. But they can't. 'Cause they're dead. I hope. I found the other day Camp Cretaceous Series 3 is coming in May. I've loved Camp Cretaceous so far. The Netflix Jurassic Park show. Getting that brand in there. Really fun show. Start with the eyes. I'm not messed anything else up. Yeah, no, I think eyes and so if I have a miniature with a face, other than like wearing a helmet or whatever, I immediately white out the eyes, do the black line through the middle, a third of the way from the middle, 2/3 of the way, and then I flesh in around it if I'm not doing anything else. That's the first thing I do because it's one of the hardest things out of the way. Because I think everything else kind of goes, if you, as well, like, if you paint the eyes and somebody's looking off at the, you don't quite get it right and they're looking to one side, especially on an action model, you can then, like, control the light on that miniature to make that make sense. I try to get eyes going straight ahead. I'm trying to think what I painted recently with a face. Yeah, so Spider-Man, I did the best I could, but obviously it's a HeroClix sculpt, which isn't the best. So, he's fine from there, but his eyes are a little derpy. Iron Man's eyes, I think, are fine. There's no detail for his mouth. So, I've really got to sort the white balance out. You can barely see that blue. Thor was under his helmet, which I normally hate painting, but he just came out a little angry. These are HeroClix that they have, but they have barely any thing on him. No, it was Jane. Jane's fine because you just got black holes in the helmet. But no, it was Loki. I tried to do something different. I wanted to do something about the ice giant of him, but I didn't want to do his flesh blue. So his eyes are blue with white irises. I don't know how well that will show up at all. It looks kind of okay. I'm glad I didn't do it on the model that comes 2 for 40 rather than that little guy that I could pick up again for about 99p. Sounds like I'm using off-white. I use an almost perfect white for eyes, actually. Like the Gunners from Spaceballs, kind of on brand. Yeah, detail lines on the corset. Yeah, so I've got the corset of MCP, corset, Loki, and Hela. Hela is massively intimidating. She's got all that stuff going on around her base. Loki I don't want to do until he's got that ice coming up his base. I think I want to kind of do it like green ice, so it's kind of magical. I think I use white because I often end up getting, if I'm going to do a wash on the flesh, and I've been trying to paint without washes lately, if I get a wash on the face, like, it just tints the white, and instead of making it now go darker. Detail lines, it's weird, the detail lines on MCP miniatures, isn't it? Like, some are really good, but like there's lots of detail, but they're shallow. Yeah, Bluebush is painted. You did Spidey from the corset. You've done Kingpin and Venom, I believe. Venom. Go check out his Venom on Instagram. That's brilliant. His Kingpin's amazing too, but his Venom, there's just something about that model I really liked. Black bits. Any black bits underneath? Yep, brilliant. Well done, man. Make him work for yourself. Okay, I haven't seen her. I haven't even looked that closely at the model. I really want Wolverine. That pose is just. Some of the models like Thor. I love Thor. Obviously, Thor's my dude. But his hammer in the air pose. I'm like, okay, fine. But Wolverine's like roaring pose, that's good for like being in someone's face. It's good for the start of the battle when he's just angry. Love that Wolverine model. That's one of the best of him I've seen. I'm just going to get it done one night. Using my finger to highlight the text. Spent a week working. Really? One of those ones where you just take it a bit slower and go for it. I'm going to double back, talking about taking ages. I'll just sit and play Angry Birds and get distracted and not finish a model. But if I'm painting like this, I can't stop. I can, because I keep chatting to you guys. But in theory, I can't stop. We on camera? Nope. We need to do something. I need to move the boom. If I move up a little bit, there we go. Get it a bit more on stream. We'll work it all out. The cat, like I say, my main light I'm going to change at some point soon. It's so big. I love it. Somebody here gave it to me, and I love using it. But for the stream, it's just this big chunky thing. I need something a little bit more streamlined. I'll be using that when I normally paint. The light's gone all weird as well, hasn't it? What's going on? Oh, the light is... there's the problem. So the light has actually drooped below the camera. It's just a little old, little rickety. Just like me. Gonna go down Berserker. Started Hulk. Yeah, your Hulk is looking... I know you're thinking you're a bit weak on your... Oh, God. That's there now. But no, your Hulk is really good. Is that better? How's the light there? There we go. Costume designer's website. Yeah. Yeah. With the comic guys, like I usually have a version of a comic that I instantly think of when I think of a character. So I tend to go with that. Like when I was going to do that Spider-Man, I instantly thought of the metal Spidey, Spider. I now know it's called Spider Armor Mark 1. Because when I was a kid, a friend of mine called Daniel had the toy of it, and it was so cool. And I never got it. And I was really jealous. And that Spidey always just stuck in my head. I watched like an episode of it on the episode where he features in the Spider-Man TV show on Disney Plus recently, and it's not great. It's not great, that episode at least. But he just still looks cool. He just stuck in my mind, I guess, because I think as a kid, like Spider-Man, my little girl's not really into superheroes. She knows Captain America. She doesn't pronounce it properly, but she calls it Captain America. She's 5. She knows the Incredible Hulk, which is, I'm never going to correct her on that. And these are all from just like other shows where somebody's playing with a toy. But she knows Spider-Man. She knows Batman. I don't think she knows Superman. She knows Spider-Man. Spider-Man is blue and red. That's it. So when you saw that like metal Spidey, it just stuck in my head as a kid. I love alternative versions of things like that, which is probably why I paint all these X-Wings and things. So he's stuck in my head from childhood. Been watching those. Sorry, the Incredible Honk. He's brilliant. A giant radioactive goose. That'd be great, wouldn't it? No, it's brilliant. She just calls him, like, she knows. I think if you were to go the Incredible Hulk, she'd go, yeah, the Incredible Honk. It's just the way her voice works. She used to have so many little things like that. Orange was Ohni. My sister used to call me Aha because she couldn't pronounce Omer. My mum used to love when you would hear Aha. She was calling me from the other end of the house. Usually to help her out of her little play crib. That little line's gone up a bit too much there, isn't it? Let's fix that in a sec. Where's my bit of kitchen towel gone? I really need it. I've just ordered a custom mouse mat. I can't sleep, must paint mouse mat. Just it's got the, where is it? Down that way. That helmet logo. How clear are all, like, the helmet? How clear are the details on the helmet? Because it looks kind of blurry through my screen. But I know that what I'm seeing here isn't always what you're seeing. Is it looking good? It's not blurry or anything? Cool. Doing a radioactive goose in a helicopter. That's good. Cool. I understand that, like, it sacrifices some quality on my screen to give it to you. I know, like I said, this camera is slower. But like I said, it was... Bluebush got me out of a deep hole. I was doing a wrestling quiz with some guys from a wrestling company I sort of adjacently worked with, and I didn't have a webcam or anything like that, but it was, your iPad will run it, you just need Chrome. My iPad I bought my iPad to draw on, and it just works. It's all it does. I think it's got like Spotify or something, so I can listen to some music. It's got oh god, oh no, brilliant, thanks. I got to use that. Thanks for the raid, Baz. God, there's so many people in here. What's going on? Hey, thank you very much. Lansdale. It's kind of funny font here. Oh, we're all off. I'll finish the story with the iPad in a second. Thank you very much, everybody. I've seen Baz raid other people. Oh, God. Naomi. I can't really tell, but thank you very much. This is great. This is pushing me right up to today's goal just very quickly. Thanks, Baz. Yeah, I've seen Baz raid somebody else's. Well, hey, I'm Baz himself now. Thank you very much for the follow. Is raiding me. I feel like some kind of level of royalty now. Well, no, you're royalty. I don't really know what I'm on about. How are we doing? How's everyone doing? There's so many things going on. I'm doing good. How are you? Bright Views, thank you very much for the follow. I've just hit the 25. I'm not going to reset that because it's a ball ache. But thank you so much. That's more than I could imagine for my first ever stream. I actually set this to finish on the 3rd of April, my birthday. So we've just smashed that. Thank you so much. Oh God, it's all gone. Yeah, thanks, Skink. I know you're the one behind doing all of this stuff, so I really appreciate it. There's so many little pictures. It's all gone, and it's Star Wars. Yeah, no, I'm painting an X-Wing. I'm painting a custom. If anybody ever read the EU, there was a book called I, Jedi. Do I have it with me? Oh, there's another one. Nathan, I think that's photo. Thank you very much. Oh, what was... Oh, Rex is down! Rex is down! Oh, God, it's all gone crazy. Hey, so I just fixed her arms. Her arms have been hanging off for the past, 20 years. And that's not the glue. That all needs to be cleaned up. I shoved a bike spoke through the middle of them, drilled them in, and glued it, epoxied them. So they still rotate slowly. But, I finally fixed this 26-year-old toy. I found out yesterday that that toy, Red Rex, is actually from the original, what's the word? Maquette. The original maquette of Rexy. That was made for the movie. So, really glad to have one. Got people to affiliate in a week. In a week? That's brilliant. I'm only going to be doing this main show, once a week. But I will be on, all the time. There's no reason, if nothing's going on, jump on the stream, right? I was considering rigging up the Xbox to it as well, but that might be can't sleep, must game. That might be something different. 26, we've blown the doors off now. I've forgotten where I was. What was I doing? I was doing black bits. We're going to do some little lines here. I'm going to readjust my chair. It's not going to be so good for the camera, but you're a huge Jurassic Park. Brilliant. Thank you. You are in the right place. This is all... you weren't here... before the stream started, so I will do my Be Right Back screen, which looks my mouse is so bad. I'll give you my Be Right Back screen because it's the same as the stream starting screen. There we go. I drew all that. Yeah, it's all here's the I'll do this quick because people think I'm going. That's the Jurassic Ark. We got this. We got me in this thing. It's all Jurassic Park all the time. Yeah, community power. Stream Son has done well. Thanks, Stream Dad. I'd never ever thought of streaming. I think Blue Bush was streaming 6 weeks ago now. You started. Never thought, never bothered with it. I thought, well, maybe I'll make some videos sometime, but streaming, no. And he did it, and he convinced me to do it, which is, I guess, payback because I convinced you to get into Marvel Crisis Protocol, and you've spent all your money. So yeah, I guess that's payback, right? Touching the paint, touching. Oh man, that's gone terribly. It's all right. We're gonna do some top traps in a minute. Skink isn't watching, right? He isn't seeing me screw up his shit. Barfuse might marry you now. You have to get it I'm not married yet. The missus keeps going on about it, but I'm not married yet. We could have a Jurassic Park themed wedding. She has just come out of the kitchen to glare at me. I am in trouble. Thanks. I don't need you. I've got 26 followers. I am practically famous now. What would a Jurassic Park... Yeah, and also, so if you're following now, we have named the fans tonight. I'm going to change that. You're not Can't Sleepers, you're Park Guests. I was playing Jurassic World Evolution earlier, actually. It's not the best game. It falls flat a lot, but I do love it. As if he's made up with a raptor cage. Oh, God. Oh my God, people know about the raptor cage thing. So there's a phrase, Rob Wade, and if Real Brad are here as well, the phrase we use when somebody is terrible with their money is raptors. I was throwing raptors away, and it's because of that cage that was on eBay. I kept track of that. Can you imagine buying that? It came with a raptor. There was a raptor inside it. You don't need wedding guests when you can have park guests. We're up to 16 people to affiliate so far. I'm scrolling back through. There's also an octopus, which is amazing. I don't want to miss out on that. It's your reputation now. No, that's great. That's great. So painting is my living, and times are tough. So if I get 5p out of Twitch every month, it's something I don't have. So it's not the aim though. I aim to entertain. I am a performer at heart. I love to be the centre of attention, and I don't hide that fact. So being on here and talking to people is great fun. How are you? Well, I've already smashed an hour and a half. I have no idea how long this is going to be. I had midnight in my head. If people are still here, there are 21 people watching. That's ridiculous. I think if we're still here at midnight and the party's still rolling, we go on. I can't sleep. I must paint. If everybody's gone in 10 minutes, then I'll just paint to myself. But I might have more snack. Oh, I suppose I could celebrate with another wafer, right? That one's not stale. Kind of hazelnut flavour. They're really good. Lady Slothington is the other half, by the way. The better half.
Kylie.
Oh,
We spared no expense.
no. Thank you so much. So, hold on, I'm chewing. That's incredibly kind. Thank you so much. I didn't expect that. I set the graphic up for a joke. I was actually just going to trigger that at some point and show you what I'd done. I didn't expect that to happen. Thank you so much. This chair hurts so much. So that is going in the new chair fund. I was going to be a microphone. It was going to be a better second camera. But I think I'd rather have this camera for a little while and be able to sit here for a few hours without my backside going numb and I can't feel my legs. The guy who gave me this chair isn't on the stream. He's too busy and too good for it. So that will go in my chair fund. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. For bad now, because I was talking about how this is my job, and you know how it supports my family and all that, and now you've donated money. But thank you so much indeed. If you're £5, it's helping my arse. I do paint this sort of stuff for a living. Yes, I am a commissioned painter. I moved to where I live now. I used to own my own shop. I used to own a bicycle shop. And times were tough, very tough. I was earning roughly £60 a week to pay all my household bills. I've got a daughter who's now 5. £60 a week was not enough. I took a massive gamble on shutting a 38-year-old business. I'd had it about 10 years. It's a 38-year-old business. I took a massive gamble and I shut it. I moved out of the area because I didn't like the... No, what's going on? Bright fuse. This is getting ridiculous. I'm going to end up with a chair. I'm going to buy a stall at this point. More... But I can't read the small text that came under that. I'll look at it, thank you. I will message people who've donated. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So much. I'm a little bit blown away, actually. I took a massive gamble, shut my business. I lived above my business in a flat owned by my family. Gave that up, moved here, thanks to Blue Bush. Long story, but essentially he invited me for some X-Wing tournaments and I fell in love with where we live. And I just chucked everything up, and I have not, due to my little one working, little one being in school, and only just becoming school age, I haven't been able to go out and get a job. So I turned Can't Sleep Must Paint into a business. COVID, obviously, this is not a sob story. I live a very blessed life sitting at home with my little girl painting miniatures. But COVID, everybody's either at home painting their own miniatures, or they don't want to. They're not putting models on the table, so nobody wants anything painted. So it's been a bit tough. But thank you so much. Like, I'm looking back through now. Got to be known to one there. Yeah, I know the pain of a bad chair. The chair's really comfy if I'm sitting like watching TV, but no chair in the world is designed for miniature painting when you're leaning forward with your arms clasped. Dude, our signal has died, but you said the stream is going really well. Thank you. So it's really fun. You're doing great. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. If you see this later, hopefully these will all get ported over to YouTube when they finish. I've got to make sure that happens. So if this one doesn't, I don't know. Pain of a bad chair, or sitting in a crappy wooden IKEA chair with rubbish. I had really bad problems when I was about 14, 15 years old with my back. And my parents went to IKEA and bought me a nice, laid back chair to watch TV in my room. Gone overnight. That was all it was. And then I became a pro wrestler and completely ruined my back. Yeah, there's a lot of... I'm going to tweak all the light and stuff. It's because I'm painting white things. If I'm showing up things that aren't white, it's a bit bright. But I mean, that's a cartoon miniature, so I've kind of given you this. So, where else are we going from? Chairs are god... Yeah, you've got to have a chair. I'm going back through... Judy's right. Got to be done, dude. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Bad bricks cushion for my ass. Lurking for the minute still here. Hey, that's fine. Lurks are cool. There's no. I might put something up. There is no need to interact with this. I'm just here. Like Blue Bush's stream's great. You just go along and chill out while he paints or plays games. That's what I want to do. It's a chill out room. The mobile app, unless I'm missing something. It should be, if you go to my About and scroll down, there's a tip jar, there's my Patreon and everything like that as well. I sell t-shirts, have a look at those. Cushion fund, let's go. Sit on the floor and play games. I'm too big to sit on the floor and play games. You have the option for a chair. I don't know how to do that. Right, on with this is Skink's ship. You're paying me to paint his ship, which he's paying me to paint. Joke's on him. I'm guessing you guys will be happy that I'm mocking him as well. It seems to be that kind of a relationship. Right. What have we done? We've done the little black bits. Let's get the little black bits under the wings. These flappy wings shut are quite, makes it a little bit more stable. Gold progress chart. I do now. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't intend to. We all love to hate Skink. So little of him to love and hate. I didn't think that it would go anywhere, so I didn't want to set up a goal. It was just going to be, if someone does, I'm going to put the donate button there, why not, right? If someone does donate something, or if I get a commission through this and somebody mentions they saw me on the stream, that was specifically going to go into a chair fund. I can say this now, I was actually going to use it to save up to get my partner an exercise bike, because she really wants one. But she bought one yesterday on FacePay for 20 quid delivered. And I was like, well, now my money's mine, bitch. Paint a dick on it. Most of my friends that have actually paid me to do commissions end up with a swear word. So there's one guy, one of my friends who pays me to base his miniatures. He paints them really well, but he hates basing. And I use, like, paint on texture basically, and I will always sculpt a cock and balls into one of the miniatures. If I don't paint it, like I did a friend's tank. I opened up the turret, painted a dick inside the tank. Cock and balls are just horrible swear words. Like, not that, it's not like, I wouldn't repeat them here. No, because I would arrest myself. Yeah, letting people know what the money's chair fund. I saw a guy the other day collecting for a heated cat bed, because the cat is like on his stream. That was pretty fun. So yeah, definitely a new chair fund. I will, before the next stream, like I said, it won't be a week, I'll be doing other stuff. Before the next stream, I will put Omer's arse fund. No, I don't think people would donate to that, would they? Chair for my art, no. Soft arse fund, no. Better arse fund, no. Maybe I should just not put arse in it. Right, yeah, let's tar up that little bit of green. Did I do the black bits there? I did. Did I do the black bits there on my own one? Oh, God, I did. Means I've got to put effort into your one. Hate effort. Though I've messed it up as well. It's alright, it's underneath the ship. Nobody can see it. Jurassic Arts Fund. Buns budget. Backside budget. How much of a donation to sculpt it? Do you know what? I'll do that for free. Trouble with X-Wing ships is, like, on a traditional miniature, you can put something underneath the base. Can't say must arg my buns. We've been pirates again. On an X-Wing ship, there's really nowhere to hide any details. Bloody moving wings! Oh, they keep moving. Keep clicking. I think I read somewhere you can put a piece of blue tack in between the wings to kind of hold them for you. But then I was like, I think, what do I do when I want them open? You've got to paint the middle. That'll be the last bit, by the way. It's not the Rona. It's not. It's definitely not. It's really not. I've had a cough since November 2019. That might have been the Rona. Can't sleep. Jurassic arse. I like that. It's all about the brand. It's all about the brand. Originally, the original Can't Sleep Must logo was designed by my friend Joe, and it's Can't Sleep. It's the sword logo that you might see on the About page. It's the Conan the Barbarian. There was no Jurassic theming, until I created the Jurassic Ark, and then it just took off. I do love that movie. I think it's my second favourite movie in the world, behind The Flight of Dragons, which nobody has seen. I know a couple of people here have seen The Flight of Dragons. It's an amazing movie by the people that made the Hobbit movie and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation one. It's an amazing movie. I have it tattooed to my arm. That's you really can't see that anywhere, and that camera's not good enough to show it anyway. You've seen Flight of Dragons. Wonderful. It's just the best movie, isn't it? I love it. It holds a very special place. Little tip, get yourself the Blu-ray. Somebody went in and cleaned up every single frame of that movie. It is a proper labour of love. It's wonderful. Is it a rotoscoped thing? Yeah, it's a... I don't know how much of it is rotoscoped. There's not a lot of that sort of feel going on, but it's of that period. I don't know the year. I want to say it's a little older than me, but I'm not sure. But that's the book, The Flight of Dragons, which is a book that features in the movie The Flight of Dragons, that has none of the story in it. That's a study of dragons as if they were real. That book cost me about 20 quid years and years ago. It is now, it fluctuates. You either pick it up for 50p or 50 grand. It's ridiculous. 1986, yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, First Gamer Extra, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I'm not so bad. I am painting Corran's X-Wing. We're trying to replicate this on this model. How are you? I thought you were streaming a little early. How'd it go? All right? Oh, you have seen it. Brilliant. No, Flight of Dragons is amazing. They also made The Last Unicorn. That's probably their other biggest movie. This is almost dried. It's fine. We're going to choose it for a little touch-up. Oh, no, Flight of Dragons was really important to me as a little movie. I watched that a lot when I was younger. How's it sound when I'm kind of quiet like that? Because I still think I'm right next to the microphone, so it should be okay. Well, the paint will not take on those little ridges. It's like there's something going on with my primer. No, it is a great movie. Carolinus the Wizard reminds me of my dede. It's the Turkish word for granddad. He had a big bent nose like Carolinus. And so I have Gorbash, the green dragon from that film, tattooed to my arm. And at one point in time, I think, well, I certainly would search Instagram and things for pictures of Flight of Dragons. So look for those keeping score. Well done. This was the Princess Bride at the weekend. Good. You very much like this. Boy, this movie looks girly, Daddy. I haven't seen Princess Bride in so long. I've obviously seen it. But not in a very long time. Bluebush, shall I make the same confession about movies I haven't seen as I made on your stream the other day? Have a guess at what seminal movie I've never seen. All of the things that influence me are influenced by it. You have seen it. I haven't seen it. If you say Star Wars, no, it's not Star Wars. I love Star Wars, obviously. No, an absolutely seminal movie. There is a link to Star Wars, a very strong link. Has influenced Adam Savage, who's like one of my heroes. He's made loads of props from the film. Rob, I bought you a T-shirt, I believe, from the movie. And I've never seen it. No, I've seen Indiana Jones. Love Indiana Jones. I even kind of enjoyed Crystal Skull for the trash that it is. I enjoyed it because it was a bit pants. There's your show. Do I set up a quiz button? It's like, yeah, you know this one because you sat across the room from me. We bought the DVD the other day. We just haven't sat and watched it yet. It's not kid friendly. I'll give you that one. I bought you a shirt from it. Black with orange, I believe. It was quite a while ago. I think it was your birthday or Christmas. I think it was your birthday. I think you just got with your now wife. He's got an unfair advantage. To be honest, there's no prize. I'd send him an X-Wing card, but it would be for all the 1.0 stuff that he's selling. If anybody wants a load of X-Wing stuff, let Rob Wade know. Heavy metal, no, not heavy metal. Not heavy metal. Although, I don't think I have seen that. So you can have a point for that one. Maybe you're cheating. Judge? Alien. No, I've seen Alien. I had a box set somewhere. I think I sold it because it was one of them like big fat box sets, and I got one with like slimmer bits in it. Yes? You're not allowed to make a judge call unless you shout it at the top of your lungs in someone's ear. Judge! It's really weird, like, that some of the people here are, like, there's two different X-Wing communities here. There's one from where I live now and one from where I used to play. Blade Runner, yep. Never seen Blade Runner. A lot of the art that I, like, admire, and a lot of the art from it, is, Spug. Never seen it. Really want to see it. Just haven't got around to watching it. Adam Savage, like I say, recommend. He's built the guns and things from it. It looks incredible. To the point the other day, Bluebush played just like some sounds from the movie on his stream, and I knew that it was Blade Runner. That's how well I know that movie, having never seen it, and that needs to change. Maybe we'll do that. I was going to say we'll do it Friday when there's no WandaVision, but it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier now. So it is, yeah, beautiful. No, I will get around to it. That'll be my task for Lockdown 43, to get around to Blade Runner. I need a slightly bigger brush because I just realised I missed the nose cone. How much of it did I do on this one? All the way around. Look at that. Looks like a willy underneath. It actually has got a blob. What's that? Ah, right. That's really clever of me. I think the first few times I played with this model, because I use quite a light varnish on my X-Wing models, the paint rubbed off. So sequel's very worthwhile. Really awesome. Backhand. Yeah, I painted it black again, and then just blobbed a piece of thick, I think it was heavy hard coat on the end. Slightly thicker brush. You'll do to do the nose cone. Yeah, Blade Runner's got that aesthetic that I sort of enjoy about a movie. It's really the second part. So until the other day, I was talking to Bluebush about the sequel to Blade Runner, and he said it was really good. Before that, I hadn't heard anybody say, "Oh, it's worth it, it's good." I'd heard like, "It's there," but that kind of fills me with hope that there's another good movie to watch. I'm a very positive person like that. Oh god, I pom like my dad used to. He's not dead. Still very much alive and kicking. But he used to pom, and I used to work together. I used to work for him, and then together, and he worked for me. It's great for me. I love all the ships in most movies. Yeah, ships are my thing. I don't know if you'll see. Yeah, so here. That was, most of these are birthday presents. This is kind of a traditional thing that my partner gets me. The Rebel Starfighters Owner's Workshop Manual. That's amazing. This is the complete vehicles. It's all of the cross sections that they've ever done compiled into one. The only thing, there are some of the pages that fold out and you get like a 4-page Star Destroyer. None of them fold out. They're just over different pages. So if you want the completionism of it, it's there. But my aim is to have every cross sections visual. What's the time? The complete vehicles books. Yeah, the incredible cross sections. My aim is to have every version of it. So all the compilations, all the individual ones. I think I'm only missing a couple. I've got the Clone Wars one, which is quite hard to come by. They're really good. Event Horizon. I've not seen Event Horizon either. Yeah, but no ships. I love ship design and things like that. That's my thing. In the one of the most emotional moments for me in Rise of Skywalker, say what you want about it, was when Rey was flying Red 5 through like the clouds towards Exegol, which doesn't rhyme with testicle. Don't think about it. But I love that shot of the X-Wing. Hellraiser in space. Version is visually gorgeous. Played Dead Space. I haven't played it. I've watched a few streams of people playing it and stuff like that, and I actually painted an unofficial miniature for someone of, I don't know what the character's called. He was kind of looking down. He had like a glowing helmet. It was kind of like a yellowish gold. He was looking down with like a gun. I think the gun had like glow in it as well. Isaac, that sounds. You could tell me it was Poopy Brains McFarty Face, and I would say you were correct. But yeah, I painted that on commission for someone. That was years ago. Isaac Clark. That rings a bell. It was an unofficial miniature, but it was really nice. Painted that for my friend Joe on commission. That was pre Can't Sleep Must Paint, so there'll be no photos of that. I say, well, it was commission. I wasn't a commission artist. It was, hey, I've got this miniature, and at the time he was like, oh, you're a better painter than me. He's a phenomenal artist. Manual painting like this, but as a 3D sculptor and as Captain Junktown McCracken. What's your name in Sea of Thieves, by the way? I am, as in Red Dead Redemption, I am Sheriff Buster Big Balls, and I think I'm Captain Buster Big Balls in that. What the hell? Yeah, he's an amazing artist. As a 3D sculptor, his sense of humour with it as well is incredible. He, it's just a game tag. We can just be gamer tag, but what are you called? That's different. Red Dead, my gamer tag shows up, but it's Sheriff Buster Big Balls. Sheriff Buster Big Balls doesn't believe in rocks or guns. He made this 2D look like a germ, and he just made me this music video of it still in the animation studio, in the sculpting studio. We grabbed it on the axis through its hips and played Khaleesi's Milkshake and made it kind of dance and twerk. And every year it pops up on my memories, and it's just the happiest thing. Every year it just kills me. Alright, let's paint this under penis. It's taken me like 5 minutes to do this line. We're just here chatting though, aren't we? We're hanging out. We're having fun. It's nice to have a bit of a social life again. And don't forget to trade in your social points for your groceries next week. That looks about even on both sides. Copyright strike. That's all the black bits done. Let's put him back on his stand for a second. Give the brushes a wash up. How's this wet palette doing? It's not a very wet palette. Clap for groceries. Yes, clap for groceries. There's a because we're coming up to like the anniversary of the lockdown here. There's meant to be like a silence or something for the victims, for people that fall on fire. That I get. Because money ain't going to help them anyway. And it's just nice to remember people. Similar sort of thing to like World War memorials and things. Oh, my bum! That might be why I have to cut the stream short. Oh, my back just clicked. Oh, all my wrestler bones are broken. I am quite old. Right, what else have we got? See, we can use the same grey to highlight the black as we will use on the cockpit. Is there anywhere else I messed up? Ah, yes, there was a couple of little spots that needed a bit of white touch up, didn't they? Let's, before we forget, put a little bit of water from my rather worn out water bottle into the wet palette. Watch it go everywhere. Ready? Oh yeah, that's not how a wet palette's supposed to work at all. There's a little gap on the edge there that I use for it to get down into the sponge, but now we're in trouble. Oh. So I love the Army Painter wet palette. It's got brush storage when you live in a flat. It's really handy. Go on, soak in. The best of it is Captain Sinks. Hawkins Paul, how you doing, buddy? Do. Get in there. Right. That's good enough. We just won't use that side of the palette. Now I'm going to put an airbrush paint on it anyway, which is super thin. I like painting with airbrush brushes. Yeah, no, it's a great palette. Just that the paper, one, it wrinkles a bit when you put it in. It fits, like, not even just close to the edge. Good. Glad you're good. It, like, sits up on the sides. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. This is a pretty good first stream. I've smashed the followers goal. You're not can't sleepers, you're park guests. And already had some donations towards my broken arse fund. No, new chair fund. Thanks for tuning in. Good to have you. We did have some ambient music. but it sounded like a fan running. Bum. Chris, I've missed you. I need a drink. I'm going to drink from my vintage, which is a word you shouldn't use around something from 1999, Anakin Skywalker glass. It's not going to... Look, it's just lemonade. Can't really see it, can you? There we go. Check that out. I've got a Robot Wars one. I can't find it online anywhere. It's either worth a fortune or nothing. Right. A great glass. I've got that. I've got the Qui-Gon glass. I've got a Darth Maul mug. I realised the other day, I didn't realise... I knew I had it. I didn't realise I had it, if you know what I mean. I've got a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles mug. It's in England, in Britain, we had Hero instead of Ninja. Because ninjas are violent, apparently. And, yeah, I think I got it with, like, an Easter egg in it, if I remember when that was a thing. And I still have it, and I didn't realise it said Hero. Again, much like the Robot Wars tumbler, it's either correct English name. The first time you heard the Ninja theme tune, was it really jarring? But then when you go back and listen to the Hero one, it's like Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I was singing the 2013 one there. That's a good series as well. Turtles, I will be painting the Turtles on here at some point. I've got some HeroClix Turtles that I'm going to paint for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I was going to get the Brother Vinny ones. They're a little pricey, and these are like the cartoon, the 1987 cartoon, rather than the comic ones, which are obviously more my thing. So I'm going to go for that. Yeah, the other thing in the theme tune is it's not Splinter taught them to be fighting teens, because apparently saying fighting teens is better than saying ninja, even though the reason we weren't allowed ninja is because, like, it was too violent. Weird. Do my notifications from this PC come through, by the way? Do you just get a blom blom? Blom blom being the technical term for a notification. Because I've got an earpiece in, so it shouldn't. Right, yeah, I'm still not happy with that green. Wow, that's gone like toothpaste now. Happy with that edge. It's a bit jagged. I think the highlight is going to have to hide it. Skink, if your one comes out better than mine, I might accidentally swap them. Because shortly before its UK release, the children of one of the producers kicked a teacher's head, like, clean off. I wouldn't think that it was too violent. I'd think that kid was like an actual Ninja Turtle. Clean off. As like Wolverine, or I mean, he's got his claws. I can't know who's somebody that kicks a lot. Like Bruce Lee never kicked someone's head off, right? Jesus. Off. I can't even get my leg that high.
You are quite short.
I intend to make up facts to make Emma laugh. Rob, you were at my pizza party, weren't you? We made turtles. Well, we had a pizza party, so we got a load of cheap cheese and tomato pizzas, and the local pizza shop gave us the boxes to put them in. Great pizza shop. And we, everybody, we've got like loads of toppings, and I was in the kitchen putting people's pizzas in now. And then me and it was mine and my friend's birthdays are like a couple of days apart, and we both have Ninja Turtles. So we made Turtles pizza, which had like, usual pizza toppings, but then like marshmallows, jelly beans, anchovies. I love anchovies anyway. Stuff like that. And the thing is, there were so many toppings on it. So it was a little pizza like that. And it was about that high. There were so many toppings on it that you couldn't. It was just savoury, sweet, tangy. That was it. That was all the flavour you got. It was really nice. Right, we are there with the black, with the grey, with the, although we were tidying up a little bit of this. I'm not going to thin this because it's airbrush paint. Like I said, I normally quite like painting with airbrush paint. I do have an airbrush. It's rubbish. It costs me about $12.99. Oh, what we got? What we got? What we got? Oh, I haven't made a custom one for that. But thank you very much, Bright Fuse, for hosting me over there. I didn't make a graphic up for that one because I made all those graphics on like the first few days of having Twitch. I didn't really understand what it meant yet. So I tell you what, this past week has been a crash course in what the hell Twitch is. It's bits and it's points and it's, oh god, there's so much. It's really good though. Like a lot of this stuff, like I kind of learn about it. I'm like, I'm too old for this. But Twitch seems like quite accessible, quite fun. Never mind playing too much fun and I swell up. Well, you don't want the wrong type of fun, do you? Yeah, if Rob is I might make Rob some kind of moderator, but all he really has to do is just put facts in, and I have to like work out if he's bluffing. Which I don't know how catch you against it, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. Stay safe. Be good. Cowabunga. This is going to become a turtles thing as well as dinosaurs. Where are we going? Right, we've done the repair bit there. My legs are killing me. You're seeing me paint through the pain now. It's looking good enough. Oh no, there's a little bit. It's gone a bit. We'll get the water out of the way. You go down there with Rexy. Did nothing else fall down? Some of these books have been like going for rides. There's a pop vinyl T-Rex there as well. I don't have many pop vinyls. And that's the only one I have still in the box. Get in there. It's that bit. This needs to square up a bit. It's the reason I've started taking up teaser for season 3. Yes, with the Scorpius Rex. I think the new hybrid they're calling it. It's been such a good show. Like, it's the only show. Like I watched quite a few series. It's the only show that I've, in recent memory, that I've binged watched. Like I think I did season 1 in 2 nights, and I did season 2 in one painting session. So probably from like just after tea to bedtime. Little girl isn't interested in watching it. She used to love dinosaurs. We used to have matching Jurassic Park shirts. And one day she was like, "Daddy, I don't like dinosaurs." And I questioned the missus. I wondered if she'd been out buying pots and pans with another man. But no, she's mine. But she just doesn't really like dinosaurs. Although she got a McDonald's the other day, and the kids' meal. My missus says she's never seen me light up so instantly. The kids' meal, the Happy Meal box, was all Jurassic Park. It was all Camp Cretaceous, and it just reminded me of like the Burger King toys when I was a kid. And but there was no. She got top trumps inside. I think she got like ocean animals or whatever. But then the other day, this was ages ago, and then the other day we had another McDonald's because I'm fat, and there was it was a plain box, but it was a Camp Cretaceous toy inside. But obviously they're not doing plastic now, so it was a fold out like stage with stickers, and then a cardboard Rexy that you put together, which was pretty cool. When I can funny, but what's she into now? Unicorns. You can't go wrong with something unicorn. Doc McStuffins she still loves. I'm just looking at like the floor toys. It's fairly organised here. I know it's like cluttered. I love this kind of cluttered aesthetic, but I'm just looking over, hitting us with her Doc McStuffins needle, giving us shots. Cardboard Brachiosaurus. Oh, so it's not just dinosaurs. It's not just T-Rex, like Rexy. I was wondering if it was like a Rexy standee and then some books and stuff. But that's awesome if they're doing other dinosaurs as well. Doc McStuffins. What else are you watching at the minute? Bluey, but you can't get toys of that. Is anybody watching Bluey on Disney Plus? You don't even need to be a kid. Watch Bluey. Genuinely, if you're a parent, it'll make you feel like you've Bluey sounds. Yeah, I didn't realise that Bluey was slang for blue movie. until somebody brought it up the other day. I think it was an Australian and English audience interacting. It's an Australian show. But Bluey is amazing. If you're not a parent, just watch it anyway. If you're a parent, get your kids to watch it. But be prepared to feel like the laziest parent in the world. They never stop playing with their kids. It's great. Oh, Doc McStuffins. He said two of the same one. Yeah, totally. Doc McStuffins does it. And Bluey as well. But alright, Doc McStuffins meets Bluey. Right, what bit are we painting? We are getting some grey paint. What am I using? I am using Mechanicus Standard Grey. I've started to decant all of my bottles. I actually started and then stopped because it took so long. But I've recently got some little funnels, so it should be easier. I only use dropper bottles, and the labels from Citadel bottles just come straight off. I only use dropper bottles because I like painting with my wet palette. And you waste so much paint getting it on a brush, scooping it out, putting it on the palette, and then cleaning your brush. And you've got like probably a good minute or two of painting left on your brush. Right, where are we? We are doing cockpit. Cockpit. I'm going to do this one fairly neat on the cockpit. Always lick your brush. Oh, we need some water plus. I'm going to take the advice. I'm going to get my charming little butterfly palette, because it was the only one they had when I was looking for a palette in whatever shop I was in. I'm going to put some water plus in it. That's not it. There it is. The one that doesn't look like anything. It's not that hard to transfer them actually, so I like them a little bit thinner anyway. So you can get there's a thing you can 3D print or buy 3D printed. I don't have that, but it's a really good thing that I kind of hold it open and holds the pot for you. Really, all you need is a funnel, and I put one away earlier. I don't know where I put the damn thing. I'll just drop it in here. Aha. So you get your little empty bottle. You buy them on eBay, Amazon, whatever. So you get your little bottle. There we go. This camera's better, isn't it? Your little bottle with a lid with that in, and then it's got a little lock-on lid as well. The ones you put on, obviously. So this bit comes out, but this one's just an empty. I use this one for water. And then I've just got some of these, and I just put them in, and the Citadel, cut the lid off the Citadel, like scoop all the paint out of the Citadel lid, drop a little bit of water in there. Some people use thinner or stuff like that. I just use water and just leave it. If you've got 5, leave 5. I've got a little table clamp that holds them up just in case, but that's with a kid running around. If you've got somewhere you can put them to one side and just leave them to transfer, they'll do it themselves. Just come back later, scoop the last bits out. But say, mixing a little bit of water is the key. Right, let's get a little bit of water plus over here. I'll tell you what I like. They fill the bottle right up to the top. That hasn't gone down at all. But no, working out a drop of bottles onto a wet palette, so much better. You lose less paint. I think the paint you lose in the transfer, you gain in the use again. Like, brilliant. Oh, stuff. Thought the ferrule was loose on my brush. It is not. Right, a little bit of that. I'm not gonna like use it the way we were talking about earlier, but I'll just mix a little bit into the edge there. A little bit of water plus. A little bit of chemistry and magic. Yeah, no, it's definitely worth it. What else have I missed? I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, that bit's grey as well. Okay, we'll do that. So cockpit, and I'm going to slap this on because I'm going to be painting the glass black. Because skink, I normally do like on my one. I've done like a, don't know what you call it, like a cockpit effect, like a fade. But skink wants his other ships are all black, so it would look a bit weird. If I did that on this, so it's just going to be black eventually. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. I was expecting like maybe 2 or 3 people to be here for the bulk of this. I have hit fairly decent numbers through the whole thing, so thank you so much for tuning in. Makes it all worth it. Like I said, I will be here every Wednesday. In my About section on Twitch. I'm sorry I haven't got the link thing working. I'll have all my links. There's Discord. Only the 3rd Discord server I'm a part of. Join in on that. I will not be... So I will have some Patreon exclusive things at some point. But the community part of it is never going to be behind a paywall. The only things that are going to be on the Patreon are... so the only thing that isn't something that's tangible is that if we do like the painting challenges and things like that for me, and we may get... I've talked to other people that getting other artists in, and we paint two things at the same time, we finish it on stream and see who did it better, and you vote on what colour it is, what movie it's influenced by, like that. That might be patrons. But the other levels, so there is... this is my little shill moment, I guess. There's a £2, £5, £10 tier. Essentially, that's... so the £2 tier is, thank you very much. You get to vote on stuff. You get one-on-one painting advice through a special little bit on Discord I'm going to put up. The general chat, obviously, it's going to be part of that. It's just something I needed an extra bit. £5 one, you'll get one of my alt arts every month. Posted out to you. Yeah, even internationally, sod it. At random, but I will keep track of who's got what, so you shouldn't get a duplicate while stocks last, obviously. £10 tier, you get 10% off all paint commissions, and you get a card, but you pick your card every month. I'll send you a list and go, hey, this is what I've got, what do you want? And I'm going to be making more soon. I also have a £50 tier, which I do not expect anybody to touch. The £50 tier is essentially the same sort of stuff, but I will also send you one of my t-shirts designs every month. To the point where I might even make it a customizable thing for you. I don't think anybody's going to want, I'm a Can't Sleep Must Paint patron or whatever, but it will be you. I have no problem adding your name to an Outrider or something like that for that. That's fine. I don't expect anybody to go for that. It was inspired, and I know £50 is different. There was a podcast I listened to called The Comedy Button that started off from... Rob, help me out. What was the Comedy Buttons podcast from beforehand? So to be a ritzy to partake from that podcast. What was the podcast it came from? But anyway, they came from one podcast, wanted to start their own podcast. Studio or company didn't want to help out, so they kickstarted it. One of the first people to kickstart the Game Spider briefings. That's it, and they wanted to start the Comedy Button, and they kickstarted it. It was one of the early success projects of Kickstarter. They say the first big one that wasn't something personal or small. And they held all their pledges. They also did $1,000 pledge, in which you it was a joke because the prize, the reward was that you would spend the day with them at a theme park, and two people went for it. One of them went to a zoo. One of them went to a theme park. Certainly the big podcast success. Yeah, they're still going to this day. Comedy Button, great. So good, it inspired Rob to make a podcast that I was on. So the £50 one is my version of that. I am considering, purely as a joke, but I'll need people to know, putting £1,000 tier with something very similar on it. Just that's my sense of humour, that you get to hire me for a day. Because hell, if somebody wants to pay me £1,000, I'll take you to the zoo. I just got sad because I missed going to the zoo. We got passes to the zoo here, and during 2020, so considering how much it was shut, even though from an episode, yes, we did, yeah. We managed to get to the zoo 26. Me and my daughter got to the zoo 26 times in 2020. She used to finish nursery at 11:45, so we would either go there and have lunch, have a bit of lunch in the car, and then pop there for just a couple hours. Colchester Zoo, there we go, I live in Colchester. It's my happy place. I've always loved the zoo, I've grown up in the zoo. Yeah, I went 26 times. My partner went a little less, because she was working more. Oh man, I love that zoo. I love that zoo so much. What have I missed? Nothing, because I held back there and didn't paint those bits green. Black, grey, we're good. Those little support bits at the back there can be grey. Yeah, I grew up down in Kent, and we used to go to Howlett's and Port Lim Zoo quite a lot. I say quite a lot, and it became a bit of a birthday tradition. This is the first year, so my birthday's at the start of April. This is the first year since it became it was always, oh, we've gone to the zoo for your birthday, and we realised we'd been every year. This was the first year since that happened that I haven't been to the zoo for my birthday. The zoo is my happy place. I know, there's obviously, concerns about animals in cages and things like that. I consider them ambassadors for their species. They may not have the best life, but they're ensuring others do. I hope. Yeah, the zoo is just kind of my happy place. Especially me and my little girl. Like, we moved here. No, she wasn't an age. She missed a few of her friends, obviously, but she was an age where moving was pretty easy. And but it went from my partner being the primary caregiver, as the school would say, to me. That was tough. That was scary. But I absolutely want to do it, and I love it, and I love doing it. Can't sleep in a must. Take care. Thanks, Rob. Cheers again for tuning in. Yeah, love you. I'll speak to you soon, I should imagine. Rob is really good at feedback on stuff like this sort of thing, so I imagine he'll have notes and things for me. Sleep tight, mate. Have a good one. Give love to you, missus. Yeah, and the zoo was where me and my little girl really got to, like... She's always been a daddy's girl, but we really bonded at the zoo. She loves the goats. All the animals, she loves the goats. One day one of them jumped up, put its, like feet on me like a dog does with its paws, got me completely muddy. Don't think I've ever seen her laugh that hard. Because when a goat jumps up on you, what the hell do you do? I kind of was like, down, but you can't like down boy a goat. It doesn't listen like a dog does. I just kind of, I know you shouldn't grab a goat by the horns. That's bad. I kind of did. I kind of like just pushed down on his horns, and he eventually got off. Got off me. How long have we been on now? 2 hours 13. Well, I tell you, like, I know it doesn't look like I've done a lot. I'm still on like the base coating stages. This is faster than my natural painting speed. I'm really hunkered down past the camera here. This is still going to need. The camera is kind of round. It looks like BB-8, and it's on. It's like not on. It's in a Pringles pot. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I think I mixed water there. Everybody still alive out there? Nobody's got a chat. I'm just checking people are alive. People die on my first stream. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Can't sleep because I'm dead. Right, that's that. I think we're going to make those back bits more metally than my one. I just think that'll be a little easier and look a little better. We're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, this is I didn't actually explain what it is. So this is in the Rogue Squadron novels, originally by Michael Stackpole. Define alive. Your backside hurt as much as mine does. The X-Wing novels by Michael Stackpole. I think I've got some here somewhere. Yeah. Original Michael Stackpole taken over and kind of changed to Wraith Squadron for a bit. By Aaron Alston, I think it's pronounced. There was a pilot called Corran who was a Force-sensitive Mary Sue style character. People say that about Ray, but he really was. And he was part of Corsec, the Corellian security forces, I guess. And he left and joined the New Republic, joined Rogue Squadron. But he owned his own X-Wing, which was in white and green, the colours of Corsec. And he had a white and green droid called Whistler. That's a good point. I need to ask Skink if he wants Whistler in this or just a generic different colour droid. I'm a really big fan on doing these. If you add, like, all green and white, and then your astromech droid is like yellow or blue. I love it when that is. But, it's Whistler. Yeah, and then there's... so he's got that one, and the rest all fly, the standard white and reds. There's a wonderful book in the series called The Back to War, where I can never pronounce it, but I think it's Izard, a war chief attacks Rogue Squadron, I think kills one of their pilots, and then they go to strike back out on her. But the New Republic says, no, your military duty is to go and do this mission, leave her alone. They leave the rebellion, spoilers, not the rebellion, sorry, the New Republic, and they go off on their own, like, because I do believe they had bought their own X-Wing, like their gear was theirs. And so the New Republic go, well, you can't, you're more than welcome to leave and take your equipment. I said, more than welcome, but, you can leave and you can take your equipment, but you can't fly under our colours. That's illegal. You can imagine now, like, somebody putting NATO colours on a ship and on a plane and bombing someone. So they changed it, and they all flew individually painted X-Wing. So Wedge his was like black and gold with a yellow and green checker on the front, which was his parents basically owned a petrol station on Corellia, so we had that. Gavin Darklighter had one painted like a Great Dragon. I'm trying to remember them all. They were all coloured. Earl Quirg, which is the first time I've ever said that word out loud. His was, to the human eye, just stark white. To him, with his different levels of light vision, was this masterpiece of paint. And I've painted up most of those. On Taiko Kelchi was red with white bits. I painted all those up. Ural's one was a challenge. I just a pure white ship. If you go on my Instagram, it'll be there somewhere. And then I drew designs on it with a UV pen, so that when you put a UV light over it, it glowed like a purple colour. Yeah, it's one of my favourite books. So the plan originally was to do all 13 individual ships from that. It hasn't manifested, but this is Corran Horns. Because in X-Wing, separate a little bit there. It's fine. We're going to have it. In X-Wing, all right, must crash. Lovely stream. Yeah, no, it's been really great, Chris. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been really great having you with us, tuning in, enjoying. Hope you can be with us regularly as well. It's nice to hang out again. Thank you very much. Miss you. Love you lots. See you soon. Yeah, in X-Wing he flies an E-Wing, but I don't think he ever flew an E-Wing in the books or comics that he's from, so let's get him back in his X-Wing. Right. What is next? Oh, I missed that bit in there, I have. Let's put it down and get it there. Oh, we're not on time. There we go. What do we got? Oh. Green is done. Greys are done. Let that dry. Greys are done. I think that's all the blocking in colour. I actually really prefer this paint scheme to mine so far. Yeah, the wings are going to be doing things. If I'm honest, I don't think I can do those stripes on the guns on camera, because it's a comfortable angle, but it's not as comfortable. I'm here to answer X-Wing rules questions as well. He is genuinely one of the best judges I've ever played with, I guess. Brilliant. I've never seen somebody so passionate about the judging side of things. He loves to play the game, but Chris is like his ability to build a community where he is around a game and make those people feel welcome. The Brighton tournaments in Dice Saloon, when all this goes away, go down and play them. Brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. I still kind of consider Dice Saloon and Brighton like my home games, even though I have like beautiful community with Dead Squadron and that here now in Colchester. And the players here obviously love playing here. Oops. That's still like my first tournaments that weren't just a couple of mates. So that's great. But that is all the detailing in. Guess we could do the metallics. Guess we could do the engines. So I've strayed away from doing metallics lately on a lot of miniatures. But oh wait, what's on the inside of the wings? No, they're just kind of grey, aren't they? That's fine. We can do those last. So we don't want to put things on the wet palette, but put that there. I need something to like leave it here when I'm not actively painting it. Hold on. Is my Jorvik pot going to be useful again? And I went to York on holiday once. I went to Jorvik Viking Museum and they had this pot. And I don't know why, but I really love it. I've never used it for anything. But now, oh come on, we'll work that out. Right, what are we doing? We are looking for metallics. I haven't got any metallics out. My metallics are over here, so I'm going to pop my earpiece there for a second. I'm not going to do the intermission or the be right back because I'm going to be next to the screen. Whoa. Metallics. We need some silver. Still hear me? I'm a bit further away from the camera now. That's null oil. We're going to need that at some point. Someone's making a horrible ticking noise over here. Metallic. That's red. I know they sound like they're all just in a box. They're not. Well, they kind of are, but they are organised. I want lead belcher. Don't want rune fangs, too bright. There's is it iron breaker? Rune fang again. Why have I got so many rune fang steels? I never use rune fang. I've got 3. One of those is not. I've got 3 rune fang steels. I never use it. I use Vallejo's Model Air Silver. I think it's a Model Air or Game Air, one or the other. And it's just liquid chrome, it really is. Iron hand steel. They're organised. They're literally all the silvers are together. Iron breaker. Bosh. I'll stretch my back from here. Got the Jurassic Ark. Check me out. Always on brand. Always on brand. I've got my trousers caught under my chair. Right, there we go. Let's get my Jorvik pot out the way. I have separate brushes for metallics because they will infiltrate your brush. I have separate metallics and a separate noodle pot for. Here's like, I don't know a lot of people that do this, but my water pots have lids because it's obvious, right? You knock them over, sploosh. Let's wake up my mouse because I'll need to click something and it won't work. There. Click. No, don't do that. Do that. Do that. So I'm looking through who's on the thing now, and we don't call out people that don't talk. But there's one person who never talks, and he's watching. I feel safe calling him out. We've beaten each other up loads. That's cool. I was just checking that the lines down the front are equal. I think they are. Cool. Metallics. So I haven't got a lot of discipline on this today, so I don't know about putting. Normally, I'm one of those people that has no problem putting metallics on here. I've heard people say, "Oh, the metallic pigment will, the little metal pieces will infiltrate through the paper and end up on your sponge." And I absolutely agree. You don't want the metal pieces on your sponge, but it can't get through paper. That's not how it works. So I feel safe enough doing that. But if it gets to the edge and it runs off like into these gaps, yeah, you're in trouble. Your sponge is pretty much ruined. It's like getting glitter on your house. I watched a guy yesterday setting up. I didn't watch him. It's YouTube. It seems weird when you say that. He would set up parcels outside, Amazon parcels that would get stolen, and he made them look like headphones, things like that. And as they pop the lid off, like this thing spins, throws glitter all over their house. Biodegradable glitter. He's not a monster. And then sprays fart spray and starts playing like sounds like the police are coming and stuff like that. Very entertaining. Just the right amount of petty. Yeah, go on, let's chuck some metallic on. This is what I'm on about, like working from... Oh god, yeah, it's metallic paint, so... See you in a week. Do you want to hear that? I think I've put some metal or something in here. After like digging around for iron breaker, I've gone for iron hand steel. It's like a very dull silver. Anyone knows little vortex mixers? Like they use them for nail varnish because that's super thick. I need a little bit. Did I put some on the, before I do that? Did I put some on the back as well? I did. Cool. So we're doing all the engine. How we doing? Be mixed. Let's get something to grab it out with. Where's my metal brushes? I very carefully, you'll see how clever I am here, watch this. Put a little bit of metallic paint on the end of all the brushes that I only use for metallics. That's a bit too fine. Do you know what I can use? Because we're kind of slapping it on. The second brush I ever owned. They don't even make it anymore. I'm sure they make an equivalent. But it's so old, the silver's wearing off, the patina is wearing off on the ferrule. But it's still got a reasonable tip for slapping paint on. Oh, it's gone. It's gone again. To be fair, it probably wasn't fairly mixed if it didn't stay fairly mixed. How are we doing? What's the time? It's 11:30. I think we're in the mellow part of the show now, right? Chilling out a little bit. Put some smooth jazz on. That is, it's Wednesday. Cool. Halfway through the week. Eee! The hamster's gone back to sleep. Well, so what else have I got to plug while I'm mixing paint? Check out me on Patreon. Don't do that. Don't worry about Patreon. Check me out on Instagram. Because literally nobody's following me. So it used to be really popular. Instagram was really great. They've changed all the algorithm. I actually got Instagram because Facebook was failing. Now I'm getting a little bit more feedback on Facebook because it's easier to share to other pages, whereas Facebook is you. Instagram is you. Instagram, yeah, they changed the algorithm or something, and nobody's been able to crack it. I would easily get, peek behind the curtain, easily get 120 likes to a post. I've got like 740 followers. 120 likes to a good hashtagged, here's the end of a product post. Now I get like 25 if I'm lucky. So check me out on Instagram. Go follow me on there at Can't Sleep Must Paint. It's on the bottom. Facebook as well. Just look up Can't Sleep Must Paint. Where else am I? Discord. Again, go to the About section if you're on PC below, or scroll down, go to me when I finish, whatever. Find us on Discord, join that chat. There's a general chat section, say hi. There's like painting tips. There's one called Showing Off, where people can put pictures of their models, finished or not. There is a... What else? We've got a wrestling one there. I'll put a wrestling one there, if anybody that's into wrestling like I am. We've got a computer games one. I'm going to do a dinosaur one. I haven't put that in there yet. Can't think what else we've got. Yeah, go there, chat, join him. Let's make a little community. It's what I kind of want. I'm less focused on making thousands of dollars and you know, becoming worldwide. I'd just like to have a small community, people that like what I do, and we all hang out, we all become friends. Most of you I'm friends with anyway, so that's great. What else we got? Discord, YouTube. Can't Sleep Must Paint on YouTube, which is mostly going to be where these videos go if you miss any. It's nice to have a record of them as well. And I'm going to record some videos for it, which I might do backwards as well. Like, so again, people ask me about how I do eyes. I'm going to make a little video filmed like this, pretty much unedited, about eyes. And then I'll upload that there. I may even do a thing where I start one of my streams or something with it on here, or put it up every now and again as a recorded piece of like footage. What else have I got? There's a link tree if you just want to see all of this in one place. You're already on Twitch, so stay here. I think that's about it. That's about all the places you can find me. Oh, right, this should be shaken up by now. Hallelujah. Only a bit though. Let's get some out fast. It's already separating. What a weird paint. And I might just use a little water plus in this, just to thin it a little. Rinsey, rinsey, rinse. Great plugs, thank you very much. If you go on Bluebush's channel and type !Jurassic, he plugs me as well. People that are sticking around, by the way, this channel will change its name after April the 9th. It's going to become Can't Sleep, Must Paint. So if you're already here, you're all set. If not, tell other people about it. I mean, if you're not, if they're not. Then you'll be all set. Right, let's get some silver paint. Let's do his bum. Let's pop it off the base. I always keep the bases on, and then I like, yeah, official name change. Just keeping it on brand. Like I said, like my partner actually said, why don't you just start another channel as Can't Sleep? But by then I'd already got like 12 followers, and it doesn't sound like much, but you know, not all of those will cross over, and they may have just found me through watching someone else and chatting. So it's not like you know that they know you on. Oh, I haven't got my earpiece in. It's not like they know you on social media or something. So you're not 100% that they're going to cross over. So I'll just keep it this way. You guys are like the OG Jurassic Ark crew. You're my park guests. Still brilliant, by the way. James, if you're still around, I'll give you credit for that. I think you've have you got a Jurassic Ark card? If not, I'll give you one when I see you next. Like 2050 or whatever. I would sing. I've got a fairly good singing voice, if I say so myself, but the other day I was driving for the first time in ages on my own for like a decent length, and I put a CD on in the car and I started singing, and it sounded terrible because I haven't sung in so long. It's a muscle like anything else, and I just couldn't sing anymore. I used to be one of the lead singers in my band. To be honest, a lot of that was singing like a cockney. It was funny. Seeing people in the flesh, yeah. Now you've been here. Post-apocalypse. When it was all allowed, obviously. I've thinned this up too much. Yeah. And I was completely out of key. Get stronger again as you practice. Yeah. I was like, hey, you've heard me sing. I'm not the best singer, but I can hold a tune. The annoying thing is I can sing really well at like styles of music I don't particularly want to do. Mrs. might watch this back, which is currently out of the room. But when I was a single man, me, an acoustic guitar, and Wherever You Will Go by The Calling. Yeah. Interim apocalypse. Will we do Wherever You Will Go? Yeah, that's the sort of song that, like that gravelly low Chad Kroger kind of voice that I can sing quite well. But I'm really into power metal, which is obviously all like, yeah, big high notes. But Sabaton give me hope, because that guy can't sing too high. It's more like a stage show about World War II with guitars. We're out of focus, aren't we? Let's pop the camera down a little. we go. Boom position. The camera boom and face camera, kindly sponsored by Blue Bush. Very kind gifts, thank you. Well, the camera's on like a perma lens. He'd save my ass with that. The camera boom he bought me. That was lovely. Yeah, the interim apocalypse. So we saw you, and we had one other friend turn up for a few days as well. And Rob Wade, that was on here before, was the last person we saw. They were talking about lockdowns and this virus when he came to visit, and we played some games together and stuff. And I think if we hadn't, I'd be a bit more stir crazy than now. We had a nice little interim as well during that same period where you came up, where we got to play some X-Wing together and stuff like that. Me and Blue Bush and some of the others. That helped. We actually managed to have a games day. Do you remember? We did a Sunday where we played like Legion. Blue Bush, were you there? Is that the one you couldn't make? You were there? It's such a long time now. My memory's shot. Seriously. Without getting too conspiracy theory, one of the symptoms of COVID, like post-COVID syndrome. Oh yeah, you weren't there. No, we did Legion, like Warcry, X-Wing, all sorts. It was a great day. I think you'd fallen off the map for a while there. Is one of the symptoms of like post COVID syndrome is memory loss, and I had a really bad cough November 2019. Nearly passed out from it, and since then, like, this cough hasn't. It's gone away, but it's still around, and there'll be little things that I'm talking to my partner, and I'll say, "Oh, I've just learnt about this so and so." She's like, "You told me about that a couple of weeks ago," and it's really weird because it's not like, you know, when something like that happens and you go, like, "Oh yeah, I remember telling you." I have no memory, and I've never been like that. I've got a fairly good memory for little facts and things. So it could be that I had it, and it's done me in like that. But things like that, like, I genuinely, like, I've said, "No, yeah, you weren't there." I couldn't remember either way. I think I remember I played Dan at X-Wing, then I played Chris at Warcry, and then I played Snook at Legion, I think. But who else was there? Nope. I have no memory of this place. What did I do? I did a really good Gandalf impression the other day. I haven't watched the movies in like a few months. Give me something he says. Not "You shall not pass." I'm not screaming that. My little girl's asleep in the next room. I'm trying to think of one of his more like quippish. Isn't it weird when somebody says, like, think of a song and you're like, I didn't know music exists. Didn't get enough silver paint here. The hell does Gandalf sound? Something he says. It's like when I did Lando the other day. "Hello, what have we here?" Where does that come from? I'm not an impressionist. "It is raining, Master Baggins, and it will continue to rain until the rain is over." "The wizard is never late. He has rubbed all the black paint off the nose cone of his X-Wing with his silly fat fingers." Yeah, he's in The Hobbit. I watched those again recently because, you know, like, Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, right? And The Hobbit, yeah, it's really, yeah. But, like, it's still more Middle-earth, and it's really fun. And I actually prefer, like, the concise story of the dwarves to not to the whole story. The whole story is amazing, but it's very much easier to digest. I love a good, not a simple narrative, but a concise narrative. Where here's the plot, here's the beginning, middle, and end. You know, there's the struggles on the way. I always hate, my worst part about like sitcoms, like 40 Towers, my favourite sitcom of all time. But I hate the bits where you go, listen, Basil, this whole problem you're having could be solved if you explained what's actually happening. And I know that's what sitcoms rely on. But movies do it a lot. The scene where the girl, or the guy or the girl, whatever way around it is, is cheating, but it's their cousin. And then there's the big thing, and then they have to make it up by the end of the movie. I hate that. Just stresses me out. I love a movie where there's no bad guy. That's one of my favourite, like, not necessarily where there's no plot. Troll Hunter is one of my favourite movies. There's a plot in that. There's not necessarily a bad guy, but it's just a plot. And I love Flight of Dragons, where there is Omadon, the Dark Wizard, is literally the manifestation of evil. There's no, like, if you mixed it with the Lord of the Rings world, Sauron could only exist because Omadon willed him into existence. He is the source of and reason for all evil. I love that. I love that simplicity. I love that Loki is so treacherous, both in the movies, comics, books, stuff. I love that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I love a movie, and I'm trying to think of one that I really love, where there's no bad guy. It's like in a game where the game is the bad guy, but there's no character. I love that. 2 Towers myself on Return of the King for this week's film night. Oh, awesome. To The Hobbit afterwards. I do love The Hobbit. Yeah. Again, never read any of them. Never even read The Hobbit. Really should. It's one of those things that should change. And, we all did it with lockdown. Right, I'm going to read The Hobbit. Nope. Didn't happen. I will recommend, though, if you like books, so there's no movie of it. Remember exactly what it's called before I forget. David Gemmell, Gemmel, Legend. The story of Druss. That is... I don't like high fantasy. A lot of the time, like when it's that's my one critique of Tolkien. There's a massive battle going on, and he's describing the river flowing underneath them, and I guess that's what he does. But I don't like what I call like high fantasy or highfalutin fantasy. Awesome, I'll take you up on that. I don't like that, like the elves with their point. If you think, like, if you ever seen the Warhammer elves with their big pointy hats, all that there stuff, and I hate all the complex world building that doesn't matter. If I want to get into it, I'll get into it, like in Star Wars. I could tell you what wrist the Rancor's chain was on and stuff like that, but if I didn't want to know it, it's not important to the story, and a lot of stuff makes it more important. And David Gemmell's Legend, yes, you are a little bit behind me. David Gemmell's Legend is a wonderful high fantasy book. Druss is this badass old axe wielding gnarled bastard, and he is wonderful. And the story was actually, so David Gemmell was writing it. It's actually based on is it Minas Tirith, the big city that they besiege? It's based on the Battle of Minas Tirith, and it's under siege from this huge army, and Druss has been called in to protect it. And David Gemmell was actually suffering from cancer, I forget which type, during the time, and he didn't know if he was going to live or not, but he knew he'd know before it happened. And so he wrote the book, whereas if the city held, he beat the cancer. If the city fell, he died from cancer. Pretty easy to work out what happened if you look him up at all. But if you ever do happen to read it, I'm not going to ruin whether or not the city falls or holds. But it's a wonderful story. Absolutely wonderful. The other fantasy I would recommend if you like it and you fancy a laugh, and it's not controversial, a lot of people don't like it, it's called The Lords of the Wild, spelt Wyld. And it is written as if these bands of monster hunters are like bands, particularly from like the Van Halen through like the shock rock kind of phase. And it's this whole group of classic monster hunters, you know, like the Lynyrd Skynyrd or something like that. And they have to get the band back together to save one of the band's daughters who's decided to become a monster hunter. And the modern ones, it's more like how you would see modern bands where it's all show. And it's written with such a sense of humour and all these like references to bands. I think you'd really get a kick out of it. Rainbow Cryptid. Trying to remember your on-screen names. It's not very nice on Twitch to call people by their real name. I'd call you that brand of sweet, but I think enough people would know that as well. But yeah, Lords of the World and Legend. I forget who writes Lords of the World. I don't own it on paperback. I've actually only heard the audiobook. I do a lot more audiobooks than I do real books, especially when I was working in the bike shop. Because my hands are constantly filthy and books are not friendly. Right, we've got, I don't know how much that was on camera. We've got silver engines, we've got the silver board up the middle. We got silver. That is all of the base coating done. Base coating, if you're not a painter, is your first coat of paint. The underlying, usually it is your what they call the mid-tone. So the normal Games Workshop way of painting is you add your base coat, you wash it in a wash to kind of darken it a little bit, and then you highlight it up a little more. I went to shut the wings on my one there, that would have snapped it. That's sort of connected. Or is it rainbow as part of this name? Yeah, it's connected, isn't it? Cryptid's a brilliant word though. Read Flight of Dragons. Cryptid's a great name for it, for like monsters and things. Cryptid. Somebody asked me what one of my favourite words was the other day, and I think I should have gone for cryptid. I went for petard. I think hoisted by your own petard. Love that phrase. Right, that's the base coat. Oh, I missed a bit with the wash the other day. So now we can start some nice... Oh, no, we've got a touch-up to do there. Don't use that paint, it's covered in glitter. Cryptid. Yeah, there's a... Can't you get like a degree in like cryptozoology? My friend took one. You may know him. Doyle, I think you know a Doyle. Is his younger brother. He used to be a wrestler with me. I think he got an online degree in cryptozoology. Sounds awesome. I might do that. One day, I'll pluck up the guts to do something with my knowledge of Norse mythology and like Norse storytelling and stuff like that. Oh, Rainbow Cryptid, I misread the beginning. Rainbow Cryptid was something somebody gave you. Where's the cryptid bit from then? Yeah. I know the missus has said that you knew the elder brother. I think he's the older brother. Yeah. The younger brother was a friend of mine. Tad, we used to call him. He taught me to wrestle. Well, one of the people that taught me to wrestle. Right, let's get some highlights going. Now, that paint has dried up. So we are not going to... How's the palette doing? The way I tend to use it is I should do this and get a little pool of water, but it's not working. So we need a bit more water, and because it made such a puddle last time, I'm going to peel back the corner. I don't know how much of that you'll see. My wet palette's not in a good clean state. None of that's mould though, which I'm impressed about. I do have a spare sponge and like quite a few spare papers left. And the company recently started selling them as a pack for about £6. You worked once. Get back here. In a pinch I've got greaseproof paper as well. But not wax paper, that won't work. bit of water in there. Soak, soak, soak. Put that down next to Rexy. Should put her up, really. Spent 2 days epoxying her arms back together. Got a balance? She's never balanced. It was one of the problems with her in the box. They bent her tail down. And all the promo photos of it have her tail touching stuff so she can stand up. An extra message reminds her of some sort of wonderful rainbow cryptid. Yeah, that's a really cool phrase. I like that. I would have taken that too. It's a good description. A rainbow cryptid. Cool. Highlights. So we're going to start another little patch. There we go. We still got a good few people watching. I am wonderfully surprised. It's a man with a lisp telling you about all the stuff in the bottom of the ship. Now let's see if this one squirts out and destroys the palette again. Nope, it's got clogged up again. No, it's fine. Whoa! Whoa, Nelly! Somebody's had a few too many bean burritos. I'm going to have another wafer. You don't want to leave them out. They're going soft. Lean away from the mic. Lean away from the mic. Cool. Right, let's click that there. Still slightly amazed that I have had like what $11.98 in donations. That's insane. Getting paid to paint. Well, it's my job. Right, bit of that. Now we need to lighten it up a little bit. I want it to pop a little bit more. That's looking a bit military green, isn't it? So, in actual fact, I'm going to cheat just for a second because I'm not happy with that bit that didn't quite go right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of that with a little bit of that on the edge. I'm just going to touch up to that little section that's a bit too bright. And because I've nudged it forward because I'm clumsy, we're doing some what's the term? Negative painting. Subtractive painting. Where adding something makes another thing have a better shape. Right, now we're going to make our lighter colour. Yeah, that's not popping enough. Let's go all the way up here to this mint green. Verde Escorpina. Escorpina green. What's an Escorpina? Scorpion green? No, it can't be right. It's probably just a cryptid. If you hear I'm talking to you. That's how these things work. Could use that, or I could use moot green. That I tell you what, the light is not. That is so green. It's kind of not showing up, but yeah, I need to get my white balance. That's actually a really good example. That is like gooey slime, bright green. So I need, in actual fact, let me see if I've got something. It is brighter, and not in like a pastel-y way. It is a brighter, more violent green than the border on this page. So yeah, need to adjust my colour balance. Yeah, my hand's a little bit pale there as well. Need to bring up my contrast. Oh, hold on. What am I talking about? I've got camera controls. We've got all the technology here. What are we doing? Not go down a bit. Not that one. Scorpionfish. Awesome. Is it bright green? Video proc. Contrast. Better. It's not quite bright. Brightness. I don't think I want to mess with brightness. No. That's where it was. Ooh. That's about right. Up the side. Black. So what is that? Let's Scorpina green. Is it black like an alien? Like a xenomorph. So if you like cut one open. Yeah, that looks about right. We've got the colours right now. Black like. Okay, that's cool. That's why I need a second screen for looking up Escopina. Yeah, like I said, I just don't have room for a second screen. I need like that purely for like a chat box or something. Or I've seen one of my friends, Blue Bush, when he paints, he often has like a paint guide on his second screen. Saying that there are quite a few different types. Maybe one of them is coloured. Of a pureed tennis ball is pretty good. It has to be a brand new tennis ball to be that green though. Ugh. Separated. Gonna need to get rid of that. It's the only thing with them. These decanted paints. Yeah, you can kind of see the colour of it now. Oh yeah, the colour balances. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's doing its colour control quite well. Oh, that'll be why the guy commented my CC earlier. My colour control. There we go. That is lurid. That's far too bright. I think I've got a little recipe book for when I do painting. I think I used that to highlight Loki. That's definitely the colour of a cartoon turtle as well. Focus on Leo. The best of the turtles. Focus. There we go. Teenage Mutant Heroes. Can't wait to paint those guys. So this channel is quite right, let's put the lid back on the metallic water. That's one of my tips to any painters out there that haven't done it yet or are just getting started. Have separate water for your metallics and your non-metallics, because the little metallic paint is made of little flakes, and they will infect your normal paint and it will be glittery. This tennis. Oh no. I didn't know you played. I had a couple of friends who are semi-pro. Two brothers called the family name is Seabrook. I don't know how good they are. I just know they're professional tennis players. I think one was running a school or a like coaching thing before the event. I like this chilled out last part. How are we doing most of the time? Oh my god, it's gone midnight. Okay, I'm going to do some little green highlights, and then we might call it a night. It's been pretty cool. Thanks again for hanging out. I've really enjoyed this. Kind of needed it. That is really still bright. That now is overpowering it. Actually, if I put it next to it, it's about right. Do you know what? I think it needs to be greener. Let's find out. It needs to be thinner though, I'll tell you that much. Just don't play well. If you're playing to enjoy it, you're playing better than you could ever hope for. There's some kind of inspirational message in that. You get what I'm doing, right? Just play because it's fun. Let's see how much this pops it, because it's not quite turning out the way I want it to. So what I'm doing here, it's a little thing that I'm sure is a standard painting scheme, but I call it reverse highlighting. So normally on something like this you would highlight the edges brighter than the centre, I've messed that right up. We'll come back to that. Because obviously paint light would bounce off the sides. But which is how I have done the green on this one. Brighter on the edges. But I discovered when doing something else, and I don't have any of them on me, when I accidentally did this and then just kind of like blobbed the brighter colour in the middle, because my thought pattern was it is, you know, the bigger flatter surface is now projecting more light, which is also true. And it made the edges, it gave them so much depth that I'm trying it on this, because trying an experiment on a customer's ship that he bought especially to give to you to paint is the smartest thing I can do. And it's really messy at this point because you can't really draw in the square shapes. So what I tend to do for now is just blob it on in. And on some of them actually the blobbing looks quite good, but these front panels need some squareness to them. Spin the brush. How's that looking? It's very green, but it's not bright green. It's more like, it looks more like a military kind of ship. Now how do I do those? So this has just got like the central ring. I'm off camera. I'll get used to that. So, and then yeah, then I'll come back with the darker colour and neaten it up. See, with this is flat. By adding the brighter to the edge, it almost gives a depth to the outside and makes almost like a panel line around it. That's gone quite well. Good old Water Plus. Yeah, I've got to adjust all this light. The light bulb I'm using at the minute is a bit pants. I've ordered a new one. I thought it might arrive today, but I wasn't hopeful. It'll be arriving tomorrow, I know it. It's an LED bulb. The trouble is LEDs cause so much flicker with these webcams. That like I've got like 5 different bulbs just to get one that didn't create flicker, and I bought a filament one, which it's still LEDs, but it looks more like a traditional light bulb. And apparently, like, I've got a warm white bulb that I've put into this lamp, and there was no flicker on the camera. So I bought the same brand and the same wattage of bulb, but cool white, day white, I think it was called actually. So fingers crossed, it's a bit of a better lighting situation. That's not so bad. There's a lot more like brush strokes. It's very unforgiving, this camera. I can see a lot more of the roughness of it than I actually can in real life. Maybe it's just my eyes. I've got when I started just like trying this out with the camera and stuff, there's a very slight delay between what I'm doing and the camera picking up. Only like, it's not even a second, but it's enough that if you try doing something on camera, it's like well, I guess with girls it's easier, but like trying to do something like putting makeup on in the mirror, where you've got to kind of compensate for the inversion. With this, you've got to compensate for this like kind of difference in your actions. Yeah, we'll be tweaking some camera settings. I'm not entirely sure I've fixed that. I may well have made it worse, but we'll get around to that. So that's all the top highlighted. Oh no, missed some bits. And I've got a little bit of water in the brush as well. That's actually, I've made that paint nice and thin, and it's kind of vanished into itself, which is good. I love the highlighting stage. This is the fun bit to me. Things start to like pop and come alive. Create your shadows. I haven't done this on stream yet. Ready? As far as an attack formation. Cool. Any more? Just to strengthen it a little bit. There we go. So let's dry the brush. Bit of that. Bit of that. Might be too thin. Do a bit of neatening up. There we go. This is that sort of negative painting again. Nope, really messed up there. My hand actually trembled. I think I might have to do the finer details off camera. Usually got pretty good hand control for stuff like this, but not tonight. And it's in. There's a method for those of you. Do you know what? We're just going to cover that and we're going to start again. There's a method called edge highlighting where you use the edge of the brush, but it's coming in far enough that that won't work. Poo. There we go. Poo, 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 poo. What I'm fretting about the colour. Fretting about how green it is. I'm forgetting the old follow the process, not the method. If it looks right, it is right. And that's what you tell your patrons, your customers, when they tell you you've done a bad job. That paint is still wet. I'm an idiot. Oh god, Vallejo paint tastes terrible. Yeah, let's leave that bit for now. Oh, my bum. Oh, my bum. 3 hours, 8 minutes. That is like the basing's all done. Oh god, focus. I mean, if I turn my lamp off, it's actually not bad. I can't see it. I need the lamp. What if I bring the lamp up here? Oh, then that will straighten my eyes. Nah, it's not much better at all. And it's more on screen. Yeah, well, might do a the lamp just wilted and hit the camera. It's got brewer's droop. Might do a test stream tomorrow during the day, just for nobody to watch, or anybody if you're there, just to configure some camera settings and stuff. I can do it without it being live, but it's not the same. Cool, that's that bit. Oh, this bit's thinned out. That's going to need a second layer. How is it on here? Oh, I bent the gun. It's not permanent. If you're watching it, skink. Shush. There. Oh, it tastes terrible. I'm directly in your head. Blue bush, I'm in your skull. Should start pronouncing that more like the Kung Fu Panda way, shouldn't I? Blue bush. Right. Yeah. Oh, I've really messed with the settings now. That's really hard to see. Let's try. Where's the settings? Let's at least do. Put the autofocus on. See what it does. Oh god, no, that's terrible. So, because I focused on That does. Ooh. Oh, actually, it's a bit more real. It compensates for the bleached out white. Ah, here we go. Oh, is it really the contrast doing that? Okay. Okay. I mean, that makes my hand look orange. White balance. Oh, that's locked. Whoa! No, my hand's a little bit more orange than that. I haven't got quite that beautiful. Oh. No. Cane. Yeah, I haven't got that beautiful, like, olive skin of some other Mediterranean people, but I'm not light. That made no difference. Colour enable. It's not even clickable. Sharpness going to do anything? I doubt it. No, it just makes it ugly. Is it just because that's mostly white? Oh god, no. He looks like a berry. Oh lord. Looks like he's made of lacquer. That's not what he looks like at all. Nope. No. That's pretty realistic. That's pretty much what he looks like. But the light's really bleeding him out, though. Need to compensate from that. Right. All of my highlights are done on there for now. My hand's shaking a little bit too much to be doing much more. So he's in kind of the inverse. Oh yeah, mine's on a magnet. Good. I thought I just broke it. Of that. Wow, I really can't see it. Never mind. But I'm fairly happy with that for tonight's work. I'll probably work on the finer details off camera. But for tonight, I am probably going to call that a night. We are going to can't sleep, must sleep. Hold on, I'm going to put this one up because then I can come to this camera and it's a little bit bigger. Still a bit jerky. Oh, what's that line doing there? I don't like that. You can see some of my other models. There's my Sabaton ones. Thank you very much for everybody that's watching. Thank you very much to everyone that's been on tonight. Thanks to Bright Fuse and Basics for their donations. That's far too generous, far too wonderful. Thank you everybody that followed. I was hoping to get to 25 followers, and I got 26, so it doesn't get any better than that. Some people I know have stuck around from the beginning to the end. That's spectacular. Some people have are really good, solid friends that I really don't get to speak to too much, and have found this and connected. Great stream, Dad. And it's really nice to just hang out and see people again. There are people who I don't get to see as much as I should because of everything going on. One person watching here, we've actually had our plans cancelled multiple times, haven't we? So look, that's one of my. That's the Uruqua glowing ship. So it's really nice. Like I can't see you, but if seeing me and being with me is good for you, then great. I love that. That hasn't framed up very well. Oh, that's my ships in Cyprus. Yeah, it's been really nice letting you into my home. Thank you for bringing me into your home, or on the train, or wherever you watched. Head into the About section down below, where all my links to everything are. Connect with me on there, especially the Discord. I really want to make a community in that. Like I say, Patreon's there if that's something you fancy. Tip jar's there if that's something you fancy. Don't worry about that. That's not why we're doing this. We're doing this for a connection. What we got there? Good night, girls. Send my love to the ladies' house. I will, absolutely. They're both in bed at the minute. But I'm sure they'll send their love back. Yeah, so Discord, the YouTube. If you want to watch this again, you can go to YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, why are you watching this bit? This is weird, right? Why have you watched all the way to the end here? Oh, look, dwarves. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for checking it out on there. I will try to put some links around. If not, find me on Instagram at Can't Sleep Must Paint. and there's a link tree there that will take you to everything else that I do. That's about it, really. Thank you so much for being here. You painted some Hulk libs while watching. That's so weird. Normally I paint whilst watching you. No, you've painted while watching me. Oh look, it's Starkiller and General Grievous. Yes, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everybody's generosity. Thank you for everybody giving their time. This show will be back at 9 o'clock next Wednesday until probably around midnight. This is not a bad time to finish. This is about where my concentration's going with presenting and playing and painting. So yeah, if you're not following, follow. If again you're on YouTube, go to Twitch, find me. I will be doing little impromptu shows other than the big Wednesday show. The next couple of weeks will probably be more setting up, more camera fiddling. Yeah, I will try to get like more interactivity. If Patreon doesn't take off, Patreon's just a nice way that I can try to support myself. If Patreon doesn't take off, then maybe like the competitions and things aren't part of it. It will just be more of a chill out stream. I really want to get that to be like something that people want to interact with for a couple of quid a month. And so for £5 a month, you get a free card. One of my cards. I sell those at like, well, nearly £5. I think it's like £4.70 at the minute. So you just get one, and I pay for the stamp. Yeah, it'll grow. I know it'll grow. I know. Thank you. But it's if the voting thing comes in where I start doing competitions, I want to connect with other painters and that as well, and we can guest on each other's things like that. It's lovely to build a community. Community is the main thing I want of this. Yeah, super lovely, and I do want this to be more chilled out. I'll work on getting some ambient sound into the background and things like that. I've never been good at ending things like this. When I was wrestling, I had a catchphrase that I could end my promos with, but I've heard that before. But yeah, I don't have a line to end this now, so can't sleep, must paint. Must sleep now. No, this be a Jurassic Park pun, doesn't it? Shooter, no. Spared no expense, no. I'm going to come up with some kind of stream-ending catchphrase. But it's been fun. Thank you very much, and I will see those of you watching this live next week on Wednesday, hopefully. But hopefully before as well. See you soon. My mouse is broken, and I can't get to the end stream button. Isn't that wonderful? The bottom bit of this intermission screen, by the way, is live. I need to get something down there as well. Right. Thank you very much. Lots of love. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Big love.